What's good? What's good, everybody? So we are back. It's another Spherical Kage Dojo anime and manga. This is a special episode. A lot of things have happened. We skipped all February, I believe. So March, some Titanic things have been happening. We're in April. We're gonna talk about. So yeah, man. Before we get underway, let's everybody go through their introductions and whatnot. Starting from the top, please.
What's good, peeps? I am bluish or chill, one or the other. It's interchangeable, you know.
What's up, everybody? It's Brandozilla on a very special edition of Kaiju. It's Kaiju Day. We should celebrate the greatness of the king of all monsters, the father of the thick boys, Godzilla-san. Godzilla-san.
Stop it up for this man. Stop it up for this man. Yeah.
Welcome.
It's your host, Japan Man X3. Definitely a fan of Zilla. We gonna be Team Zilla for a lot of this today. But anyway, yeah, we gonna hop into that. I'll switch it over. Go ahead. Who next?
It's your boy Silk, man, and if you don't watch anime, you lame.
It's true.
All right, it's your boy Sonke, man. We here to do big things, talk about big things. It's been a great time to be an anime fan, so y'all better watch out.
It's a sad day, to be honest. But it's what I'm ready to get into some nice spoiler-filled talk.
He's real
I'm ready to find. Yes.
Oh, we doing that tonight. Oh,
He's angry.
Oh, yeah, get a disclaimer, bro. You hit the disclaimer.
Yeah. We just gonna already say this, as was already hinted. Spoilers throughout this episode. I don't know no other way to. Thinking about it, I was like, maybe we'll keep light. Like, no, I've waited 8 years to have this discussion of the ending of Attack on Titan.
You had 8 years to read. If you didn't,
if you wasn't reading, you'll wait till next year. So even if you, you forget. But
y'all don't want spoilers for Attack on Titan or Godzilla vs. Kong.
Mm.
It's your warning.
it's your fault. It's your fault.
Say it as one for later. Put it on the watch later. Go ahead and handle your business.
I don't care if I ruin your dreams.
I mean, technically, Eren didn't care if he ruined dreams either.
Bruh, let's go. All right, then, let's dive into it.
All right, so as a full warning, there'll be timestamps just in case, but I'll probably be at the very end. But yeah, we in here.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we made it. If you read the wonderful manga that is Attack on Titan, an epic happened earlier this week. Well, it's always comforting when you read that manga chapter and it says final. It can give you the number. It just be like final. This is the last one. This is how we ended this thing.
Like that's it.
It's rare. A lot of stuff goes forever and ever and ever. One Piece. And so
One Piece is like kind of 2 pieces.
I mean, it's not many times. It's not many times we get to see this all the way through. And just right off top, before we get into any deep discussion, what are y'all feelings about it? Are you satisfied? Did it leave you want some more? What's going on? How you feel?
But I say this, man. Daggone. Initially, I was upset, but now I'm very satisfied, bro.
Now you see the light.
And then now I see the light. Because when they did that time skip, I was just upset. I was like, what they doing with my boy? Why he just changed? And then now the ending has come to a conclusion. I'm like, he's the GOAT. That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah,
I feel like I have like an 8 out of 10 grasp of everything. My bad, Brandon. Mine's short.
There you go. Go ahead.
But I feel like I have like an 80. I feel like I have most of it, but I do have questions about parts of it.
Sure.
So I'm pretty sure my lack of some of it is what watered down the ending, but it's still good. I'm not mad at it. But there's some parts that I feel a little shaky about, and I wish they kind of did it different. But it's still cool. I'm happy for it.
Yeah, I'm satisfied with it. It's awesome. I do. After it's I'm pretty sure we all read it. It was like, oh man, this is whoa, and then so now that I was able to sit down, digest, let my wounds heal a little bit. It's awesome. It was great. I do have a few nitpicks and just one question, but overall, man, if we're looking at if we zoom out and just look at this whole series, great. Great. They did an awesome job. They took risk, and I think it paid off in this sense. And it's cool because sometimes it's easy to just wrap up things in a nice way to try to appease fans. You know what I'm saying? This looked like I forget who's the author, who's the creator of this.
Isayama.
Isayama, yeah, he did his thing. I'm happy.
Okay. I'm satisfied. I was I think the senses of the community of how they felt about after, I guess, the epilogue, so to speak. Like there's people, I kind of felt the same way initially, but then I went back and thought about it and realized what was the point of the epilogue and what Eren did. Then I was satisfied. I said, okay, this it makes sense.
They dropped the epilogue?
Yep.
Well, the last chapter is the epilogue.
Okay.
Yeah,
it technically ended.
Like halfway.
It skips a little further in time where they kind of have grown up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And you kind of see like where they're at now, right?
Yeah. And I saw a lot of people felt some type of way with that. Well, we'll discuss it. But I felt it initially. But then afterwards, when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I get it. I know why Eren did what he did. Okay. So it made sense. Yeah, so.
No.
I can definitely say I loved it from start to finish. It's crazy. Like I remember watching this on Netflix when it first dropped and being like, this was insane. It was like it was completely different as far as like anime and how far they were going to take it. And then to get this far, where of course I had to read the ending. I'm gonna say this once, say it one time only. That release schedule in like anime is garbage. It's bad. It's real bad. It is absolutely garbage.
It's gonna be spoiled for them boys. It's so hard for people who are just anime fans.
Was anybody else expecting that?
No, I was not.
I really thought they were going to follow the manga.
Yes. Yes.
There's plenty of anime that have showed you. You need to read the manga. Do not rely on anime.
That's the sad part.
Yeah.
I learned it with DBZ, really. I mean, let's just be real. I learned it.
As all of them, but for whatever reason, for this one, I was like, they're gonna finish this after they gas it.
No, I agree or not, because like this isn't some little anime. This is Attack on Titan. Like, and so you have let's take My Hero Academia, another big anime or manga. But even the animation is for the most part keeping up pretty good. It's not too far behind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this jump. They might as well do. So
you have to remember though,
they're gonna take this long. I feel like they're gonna take this long to release the anime. Forget all that. Make it a movie. Just make it a movie, a big movie. Boom, and send it out. Like it's gonna take this long to do it.
And the thing about it,
it's like the first season, Attack on Titan stood alone for about 2 years, right? Like that second season didn't come out for a long time. So you kind of were forced, if you were invested in that story, you had already been forced to read the manga. Like I was years past where that anime picked back up at, and I was like, yo, I can't go back to this. They doing boom, 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 boom at this point, so I don't even want to go back. Like I know it looks great visually because they spent a lot of time to make sure that the quality of the anime is really good, but like, fam, the story was way past. Like that's why I was like asking, like, yo, have you got to the time skip? Because I know some people were like, it's all right. I was like, no, this thing turns amazing when it gets to the time skip. Have you gotten to the beach yet? Like, and folks was like, the beach? What you mean? I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. I can't even talk to you.
Yeah, like we had that conversation.
But surprisingly, I wasn't spoiled. I'm surprised. Like, it was anybody else spoiled? I wasn't. I had it. Yeah.
So, Niggs, what was your concluding thoughts on that?
Nope.
I
So for me, I think it did the best it could do, and I think it turned out really good. It's one of those things where it's like, how do I feel from where I first started reading to where it is now? And like, yeah, man, I remember when Eren's mom got killed. I remember when, they first found out that Titans inside of the walls, and it's like, whoa, this the questions, the mystery is all here. And now it's like, we've gone past all the different stages of like regular shonen where it's like people super powered up, like, you got crazy masterminds in play, and it's just the way that they wove all that together where it's like, okay, Eren he's not the best kind of protagonist no more. He's not the hero, if you will. He's somewhat of a villain, but he has a goal in mind. And by the time they end that off, it's like, okay, it's not a cop-out. It's not Eren was good the whole time and he just did this because of this. It's like, no, like, he knew he was doing bad things, but he had a greater purpose in mind, and he still held the L at the end. Like, he died, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't think he was gonna die, to be honest. I didn't know that was gonna happen. But I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, all right, I'm cool with it. I'm happy to see that everyone else still is living in a grounded reality. Like, the world, if you remember in the epilogue, it's like we still have war. These people are still people. Like, they still are fighting. There's still kind of like this racist undertone between those outside of the island versus those on the island. So it's not like the world itself actually and changed and became all the way better. It's just Titans are gone now. There are no Titans anymore. So now y'all got to work it out as people. And it's cool to see it leave off on that, where it's like, all right, at this point, this is just a human story. There are no more Titans. There's no more attack of Titans. So we can end this right here and just hope for the best for this group of people and the ones who remember and experience this story. And I thought that was a perfect way to kind of send everything off. It's like, it's not like the cheerful, extra bubbly type of ending that maybe everything kind of strives for sometimes, but it didn't need that. It's Attack on Titan. It's always been kind of dark. It's always kind of had that type of side where you're like, ooh, this hurt, So I appreciated that it stuck to his universe and his realism in that capacity, and I felt really good at the end of it. I thought they did a good job.
Yeah,
and I guess to your point too, I felt like the ending was super, super fitting, because even in the manga, they were talking about how conflict is just going to be inevitable. There are always going to be people fighting, always going to be war, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, they're not stuck with this massive power of Titans, which made things like infinitely worse. Like, would you rather have these people with these incredible powers coming here wiping out massive amounts of people? Like, the fact that Eren, again, of course, spoilers obviously, but of course the fact that Eren wiped out like 80% of humans is ridiculous.
Crazy that they let him get away with that.
Yeah,
crazy. Like the rumbling itself. Like, remember when you first actually saw the rumbling start, and you're like, oh, he did it. Like, I thought
too. I mean, reading
he was never going to get away with that.
Yeah, but reading in the manga, they showed the different scenes of the colossal Titans doing a rampage, but it wasn't until I read that 80%, I was like, whoa, these things were moving. Like, I was like, wow. So, I mean, and I remember one chapter in particular, when Eren was pretty much talking about, he was talking to some kid, and he knew he was going to kill him. And it's like, it's like,
that was a good callback. That was weird to me.
Even they deal with real human things. Like, Eren did all these horrible things for actually, let's be real, a selfish reason. He did it for a selfish reason. Now we as readers sympathize with that because we know Armin, we know Mikasa, we know all these his boys or whatever. But even at the end, he didn't want to die, which was this was.
But
as a story writer, that was awesome.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah,
because how I enjoyed it because it made you felt his pain when his mother died. So that was then he tried his best and got 8. Bam. I was like, dang, he actually lost. Dude, that's actually lost. So I like that the motivation was he had a selfish motivation, but he went too deep. And I like the way I like the way they explained Armin was talking to him, and he realized that when they had the award ceremony with the attack Titan's power, he was able to see the future. So he already knew. He went in too deep, and he had to become the villain. That's why I love it.
Hey, J.O., if you have not,
I was just about to say that.
Attack on Titan or Godzilla versus Kong, brother, you might want to leave.
Take the one for you, bro.
We're in the midst of the spoiler talk.
It was
This is deep spoilers.
like that, man. It was real.
It's okay.
I enjoyed it, and like I said, I think the senses when I read when it was over, I guess everybody felt like, he did all this for nothing. The world's not peaceful. They still got conflict, but that wasn't his goal. His goal
wasn't the point.
Take away the Titans, and he knew he needed to make Mikasa the villain like Ymir was. He needed her to do that because that was the only way that it was going to stop.
So question. That was my one question. I didn't understand that. He said Ymir needed somebody to pawn off her unrequited love to, and I didn't understand it. Can y'all explain that to me?
So what it is Ymir had her deep love for King Fritz is what kept her bonded to him, so that all the aliens, whenever someone took the founding Titan of royal blood, they were bound by her love, in the sense that they couldn't they had to remain passive. They couldn't do anything, right? So
enslaved.
They were enslaved to that love. And Ymir herself, even though she didn't want to be in the cycle any longer, her love was just too strong. She couldn't even break the bond. So in order to break the cycle, they needed someone who had the same level of love that she had in order to commit an action that would break the cycle. And that was the action of Mikasa's love for Eren being so strong that she was willing to kill him to break the cycle.
So Mikasa doesn't have the founding Titan.
No.
So, okay. All right. Cool. Okay.
So Mikasa killing Eren is what breaks the cycle and allows and basically removes all Titans from being existent at all. Because the founding Titan's dead. It has no host any longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
J.O., how'd you feel about it? What's your impression of Nah, so we kind of all just dropped what we thought of the ending. So, what'd you think?
Hold on. My kid trying to sleep.
Daddy.
It's different being a dad. Where am I looking at?
Baby trying to become the attack Titan.
Right.
It's gonna be the attack.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the attack. Honestly, I haven't looked at anything new yet since the last season on the show. So I have no take on it yet.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter if you say stuff that's not gonna spoil me, because I'm gonna piece together the things I need to piece together anyway.
I don't think so.
So no matter what you're saying,
I don't think so.
my brain's gonna.
But Craig done drop. Craig done drop, bro.
Yeah, no, I know. I see.
Get Craig back up in here. Get Craig back up in here.
What I'll say is it's a journey, man.
It is.
Y'all still have a ways to go. I don't know where the anime left off at, but we ain't there yet.
The anime just got into
that is the most insulting part.
The anime got to the part right when Eren transforms to fight the armor titan again for the second time.
You legit.
No, the one who carries stuff when she betrayed him. It's like maybe like 110 or 105, 105, 110. It's like
No,
this
that's
early.
not where it stops. That's not where the
No,
anime stops.
it stops.
No.
The
Anime
anime
stops.
stops when they finally get to the ocean and realize that they're on an island that's separate from the mainland.
Bro, you way out.
Oh, no,
you
yeah,
way
you a whole
back
season
there.
back.
Way
Oh,
back,
you
bro.
way
You
back.
way back, bro. Woo.
Yeah, you gotta catch up, bro.
You way
Bruh.
back.
Years ago.
You years ago,
Yeah, this-
bro.
Yeah.
Years ago.
I knew it was coming, so because the season 4 opened up with I don't know where they are. I think
so
that's when
there's
they
a
crossed
lot.
over.
There's a
They're-
lot, JL.
yeah, they're
Okay,
way back.
you really
I
won't
can't
remember
wait.
this because like
Yeah.
you got a lot to go through.
No,
Yeah, I
the
know. That's
anime.
why I'm like, bruh, I've been so wrapped up with My Hero and
Okay.
One Piece and
Okay.
everywhere, but I can't.
But since
You
we're
know,
at
this-
the end of this series, I'm gonna ask y'all like, what's your favorite moment in this series?
Wait.
Oh wait, okay.
No, I like the question. That's a good question.
Go ahead.
I want to mull on this ending still.
Okay.
So I had two things. Well, I guess the first general question: do you feel like they kind of rushed the ending as far as wrapping it up at any point? Do you feel like they picked up the pace?
I do. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
That was my one. It
Kind of
felt quick.
fast.
Yeah. But I appreciate it being fast versus it being a year. Right? Like
For sure.
I
yeah.
think the buildup has happened steadily over the last year of like, okay, this has kind of reached the apex of where it's going to go. And it hit critical mass when the rumbling started. So realistically, it's like the characters in the story need to move fast at this point, or there's not going to be anything left. And like we get that statistic, right there at the end where like 80% of people got wiped out, and it's like, okay, they didn't have a lot of time. It's not like they did in saying that they finished early on or anything like that.
It was less than a day.
They came right. It got close, yeah, exactly. So I mean, in the spirit of like how fast stuff was happening in the story, I guess it somewhat makes sense. This is one of the areas where anime may be more successful, but they can kind of flesh stuff out and give it enough dramatic effect so that it does feel longer and give it the justice as far as the time frame. But like, the manga itself has always been, one chapter a month. You get like 40, 45 pages, and we eat up that, and then we ready for a whole month after. So to me, like,
Yeah.
as I waited for it, I knew it was coming, so I was happy going to end and that it hit the time frame for when it was supposed to end.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say yes and no. I'm gonna say yes. It took too long. I mean, I'm gonna say yes. I think they ended it quickly, but then I'm gonna say no because then the question I ask myself is, what else could they have fleshed out? All the
Right.
characters been fleshed out. You known about what Eren's gonna do. You know why he's gonna do it. You know everybody's backstory by now and their motivations. And Eren said it's game time. Let's do this. So
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
It's like I wanted them to go extend it out, but I was like, I don't know what else they could have done. I don't know. I mean,
And so and so I was just like, it's just
I
the
don't know.
pacing. So like, even with parts when he started referencing like Annie and like other little things, like there's other significant things going on at the very end, especially like when they're all on the founder. I was like, there's a lot of different plot stuff going on, but they still crammed it all in like one chapter. And then there's when times like where her and the armor were like at wit's end. They're just getting beat up and blah blah blah. They had a very like critical moment, but like it was just there. It just happened. They didn't build up to it. So like that pace, I usually feel like you see them like the damage occurring, and they kind of build up on it. But there's like, nah, they're getting hurt. You know that, and we trying to get over here already. So it's like they just kept it moving. So like little stuff like that it wasn't bad, but like I was like, all right, there's this pace that's definitely picked up. They're not trying to detail everything.
Yeah, and I thought
they
that
fighting.
it was like the last chapter. I felt like it was abrupt. I feel like, at least to me, I was like, okay, this is the last chapter. Like it was pinned like they was gonna run out of ink. I feel like, but I mean, I guess what I would have wanted was to see, I guess, a more detailed view of what the world looks like now, because
We never got to see the other countries and cities.
Yeah, the other countries.
But they never mattered though. Like to me, like they were never the significant. It was the people on the island. It was always the ones who were in the walls.
Paradise or whatever, and what the Eldians, right?
Yeah.
Marley.
Yeah, and Marley.
And Marley.
Yeah.
You had that one like Shinga, not Shama, but you had the Asians, I guess, basically who were off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you never saw where they came from. Like they never showed you their land really.
It was a whole bunch of the races.
And some things that was never answered was that the Ackermans, Eren said that the Ackermans was there to protect the bloodline of the kings or whatever. But was he lying? Because like to me, it seems like when Mikasa had those headaches, that's what was Eren messing with her memories. That's what it seemed like to me. Did anybody else pick that up?
Well, I thought Mikasa's headaches were happening when Eren was making changes to the timeline.
Yes,
that's what I'm
So
saying.
remember, they're in a loop. Something changed that was supposed to happen, but it didn't happen, and so that's why she got the headache.
Yeah.
That's
And
why
the
the
thing
very
is-
last time, the very last change is when she goes to kill him. Before she never killed him, but she does this time. That's why she got the last headache before she goes and kills him.
Yeah, and the Ackermans, they I forget where, but they said that their memories or their minds can't be manipulated in the same way, memory-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they're still remembering these past timelines and stuff, but that's also fighting with what's happening currently.
Right.
So it's gonna mess with the body.
That's
and
crazy.
one more question. I hate to ask so many questions, but
I'm with you. I got more.
So what it was suggesting that if Eren had to have, he said, what's his name? Who was the original Colossal?
Berthold.
Yeah, he said that if he would have died, that pretty much he orchestrated the events to have his own mother killed. Did I pick that up right?
Yeah. He's been in control the entire time, because that's why back when his dad had that they were showing the flashback with his dad, that old boy with the backpack said Mikasa and Armin. The only person who knows Mikasa and Armin that has the ability to manipulate time is Eren. So he's been in control of everything, or orchestrating things in the very beginning. He may be even the one that orchestrated things to have his dad's sister killed.
I mean, but that's just another question, because it's like, because we know time travel can get really messy.
It complex.
It can get really messy. So I guess it's the whole Batman situation. If Batman could go back in time, David's parents, would he still become Batman? You know what I'm saying? Because I was thinking, I was like, well, okay, why didn't you just send the Titan a different direction away from your moms? But I guess
he didn't get it by then. Remember, he didn't. Because remember, if you go back and look what his dad did, his dad gave Eren that as revenge. He gave it. So that's what I'm saying.
But no, remember, he told his dad to do that. He told his dad to go and get remember, because we saw that when he was talking to Zeke.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, his dad saw him. His dad saw his dad, and he told him.
But it wasn't until, it kind of stipulates, like, he kept some things in the timeline, but then he changed some things too. Yeah. Because you can tell once he got the Titan, started looking, and he started getting visions of the future, he realized, all right, let me start manipulating. Let me go back in my past. Let me start manipulating things so I can become. I do what needs to be done. That's how I interpret it, because I'm like, I agree with what Brandon said. If he had that power, then why would he allow his mother to die like that? Why would all that happen? But I keep with my theory, because Armin in the last chapter talked about that same scene of when they got the award ceremony. So they kept, if you go back, they keep talking about that chapter a couple of times, and then they mention it again. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to look back at it again.
Yeah, same.
But and see what happens after that chapter, and see. Okay, I can see how all this makes sense. So.
Because we know there was that one chapter where it showed Eren and Mikasa had went off and tried to have a life themselves. So there's been times where he tried to just do something on his own, and obviously the timeline reset, and he knew that wasn't going to be right. He has to stop it.
The point ultimately.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know. The point I feel like ultimately was to end the curse of Ymir, basically her love, to end that. And I think Eren had tried multiple different ways. They never, of course, they don't show all the different ways, but I feel like Eren's tried multiple times in multiple different ways, multiple different scenarios, situations to try to get this outcome, but he couldn't. Which is to me why the scene with the kid was so powerful, because I feel like this was like his last time doing this. He knew he's gonna have to make this big jump and this big leap and be this savage person. He's gonna have to kill this kid, and he's gonna have to kill a lot more people.
Yeah.
So it was like he was telling him, I tried my best, but I can't save you.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's
It
like
almost gives more weight to the scene when Hin talks to Reiner in that basement. Like he's like, bro,
Yes, exactly.
I
Conversation,
understand why you did what you did. I understand how you feel, the way you feel.
Yeah.
And bruh, it's just like, bruh.
That was awesome.
It's like you saw Rainer just preparing himself to die. He was like, I'm about to, that's it. That's it, bro.
That's the luckiest joke in this whole franchise, boy.
For sure.
When they were having,
Yeah,
for sure.
when they were having that conversation, I swear I was hearing in my head on the Dark Knight when they had they were like,
Oh, you talking about come on. Yeah, for sure.
But the violence is coming in nice and silent, bro.
It's because Eren, at this point, he's been pretty chill. He got crazy. You know, stuff happened to his friends, when stuff happened to Armin. But after that time skip, he grew up, and you're like, at first you're just seeing him in the wheelchair, like, this is Eren? Like, that's what's going on? And then you finally see, oh, he mutilated himself just to like insert himself here. We're seeing the other country now. Like the story just picked up right there. But then like when you really finally saw his vision of what he was about to do, it was like, oh snap, like dude is different. So yeah, it was crazy. Like that conversation, you talking about big moments, Brandon, like that's one of the ones that I recall. Cause like emotionally, this manga it's heavy. Like you have these conversations, you have people that die like kind of always out of nowhere for a lot of the times. Like it'd be like heavy, impactful people in the story. Like man, and so even when I think the biggest part was like when Levi and Eren and Armin, had burnt alive basically, and they had to figure out, okay, are they going to rescue their captain or are they going to give this serum to Armin and make him a Titan? That to me was kind of like one of the penultimate situations where it's like, okay, what are y'all gonna do? Because you look up to this guy, and Levi, of course, being the dude that he is, he's like, he don't want to see this man die. Like he's fought many a battle with him. Armin is just some kid, but it's like Armin's a genius. Like you can't discredit him. Like he's literally a genius. He's gotten y'all through so much. What are you going to do? And it's like the pressure that was on them. It was crazy, man. So yeah, that was like one of my favorite moments. Like just the conversations they have. Oh man.
Just the funniest thing about that, or not the coolest thing about moments like that is key moments like that. You can tell Mikasa has a headache. So they made the other choice. We never get to see the results of the other choice, but we know they made the other choice at some point.
Yeah.
But hold on, man. I think some of the stuff that we seen though actually happened. Like because I went back a chapter because in the last chapter when Armin came to, Mikasa was like, you got your memories back too. That's what she said. Like, yeah. So, because when I went back a chapter and we see Eren and Mikasa on the cabin, whatever, and he said, let's stay out here a few months, So I feel like Eren did that so he can spend that time. Mikasa wiped her memory, and pretty much so she can have a gift when it gets returned to her. You know what I'm saying? Because she doesn't remember any of that when they're at the table and he like, I hate you. I always hated you. She doesn't remember that. So that actually happened in the timeline, which Eren did the thing with killing everybody. So,
I thought it was really beautiful that they finally said that he loved her.
Yeah.
Like when
that was one silver line.
Yeah, it's funny because like, after that scene where he kind of degrades her that whole time, like about like, you're not this, you're just a tool basically. You're gonna do what I say you're gonna do, like very, very toxic masculine. It was like a complete change when he had that final conversation with Armin, and it's like, oh, you get to see, oh no, he really he didn't want to die. Like he didn't want to die. He didn't want to leave her. He really wanted to spend his time with her. And it's crazy because like they tried to force him in different relationships. Like he went through a lot as far as like trying to like be the good guy. But it's like when he became the bad guy, he's like, I gotta make people hate me. I gotta leave stuff that I would love, but nope. He still caught, like I said, he still caught the L in the end. But I mean, it's like, dang.
Look, man, Eren to me didn't catch an L at the end.
It's not an L. It's not a true L. It's just like, everything happened.
I call it the baby L because he caught.
Yeah.
He would have never been in that position if he wasn't so strong into, ending the title. But the fact that, it just,
he took that responsibility. Like,
yeah, he did.
Once he saw the future. And said, "Oh crap!" Like you say, he tried to avoid it, but it was inevitable. So he's like, "Dang, I done seen this. I'm trying to live this life. I'm trying to live with Mikasa, and it ain't working." I know.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I gotta, the best thing that I can make the best of my situation is to get rid of Titans. But in order for me to do that, I'm gonna have to die, and I'm gonna have to be the villain. Hey, there you go. Let's do it. So like, hey, ain't bad at him.
And the only other option was the euthanization plan, and Eren wasn't gonna let that happen.
Yeah, but like, nah, boss.
Nah, fam. Nah, boss.
Yo, is he the baby daddy? I saw them eyebrows.
Wasn't somebody giving birth? I mean, which one was giving birth at the end?
His story.
Yeah, his story.
What was supposed to be behind that?
Well, they imply the little implications that Eren was the father.
Yeah.
But there's no.
But they needed to have a. It was something like they needed to have a royal child or something. Some of the bloodline. Yeah, I forget exactly why, but it was a bloodline.
Well,
thing.
remember in the original time, in the time loop, that her child would have been the new Ymir, and then everything.
Basically,
it would have kept going.
It would have kept going.
Still
but
kept running,
because everything got changed, that her that isn't the new Ymir.
All right, so
and I also think,
my last question for this segment is: did everyone else like how the Titans just became no more, and no one else was able to like use their Titan stuff? Did everyone else like how that kind of fizzled out?
I was cool with that. Because it made sense.
It was just like a light switch, though.
But we were already told chapters before that every single one of them were connected. We already knew that.
Yeah.
And so
you gotta understand
the tree, all the roots and the branches, they're
all gone. Yeah.
That makes sense.
And another thing is Ymir was always in that place with time where time doesn't really exist. Ymir was always there creating those Titans. So anytime someone would do the little cut and then become a Titan, it's implied that she was in there literally making them by hand every transformation. But
That's
now
crazy.
that Ymir was her wish had been satisfied, this love had been like gotten rid of, she has no purpose of being there anymore. So there is no more Titans. There's no one to be able to create them.
That's fine. Which I've always been fine with that. The thing behind it is fine, but how they depict it at the very end, I don't know. That was my own pet peeve.
I mean, a lot of stuff just kind of like it was like oh, this is done. And that's I get what y'all mean when y'all said the ending went fast. Like,
I mean, just a lot, just like how Falco out of nowhere just got the first flying Titan that never existed. Like, all of a sudden, he has a flying Titan.
He has no lines, no dialogue. He just flies.
I hate him and Pike so bad. I hate him and Gabby. With Gabby.
But Gabby was so irritating.
She's fine. I ain't gonna lie, she's fine, but I hate her. Man.
Gabby got that aim assist.
Bro, I hate her so bad.
Gabby out there hacking, bro.
I was happy that they showed Sasha at the end again. That was good to even have.
Bro, when I seen the chorus numbers, oh boy, it hit me right.
My heart, bro. My heart, bro.
That made Levi. He like, bro. But this is
Hey, so can we?
Levi went through so much, man. Oof.
Can we
go ahead.
Real quick. Japan Man said, I don't know, was that your favorite? I just want to get, real quick.
Yeah, that was mine.
Okay, what about you, Jordan? What's your favorite moment from the series?
I'll be honest with for me, the thing that I always loved about this series is that anything can happen at any moment. So mine is very simple, but it's the part where Eren, I think it's after, I forget what battle it's after, but Bertho and Reiner are literally talking to each other, and Eren and Mikasa and the whole army kind of suspect something's going on with him. But Bertho and Reiner just walk up to Eren like, "Hey, I'm the armor titan. He's a colossal titan.
Yeah,
We need you to come with us."
Yes.
I'm like, you just did this. You just got this information like that.
That was gangster. That was
Crazy.
gangster.
Casual, yeah. What about you? What about you, Soke?
I'd say my favorite part. There are a lot of different parts that I really enjoyed, but I'd say my favorite part would probably have to be the part when Eren and Mikasa are away and are on that cabin, because it just kind of gives a moment to humanize both of them. Because like up until this point, like they have just been like just balls to the wall. Like they take no questions. They just take that neck. And like there was a moment to just humanize them, especially in the midst of all the chaos that was going on.
Yeah.
Like it just like had a moment to where like you, especially even as the reader, could just take a breath and just like, bro, this mess is really about to happen. Because I already knew at that point Eren was probably gonna die. Like I had my suspicions that that's where they was going. So I was just like, bro. So like that was like a really good moment for me. I really truly enjoyed that.
That's a good, yeah. That was a good breather. That was an awesome breather. What about you, Silk?
Oh, I have a lot of them, but the whole Beach Titan arc, from where we was used to regular Titans, then all of a sudden this dude that looked like a huge
The monkey.
deformed King Kong just came there with his
Yo, he threw the rock.
Yeah, and you like, oh my god, this dude talk. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that joke was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So I like that whole arc from the intro to all the way up to the mind games in the past with him and Eren trying to take control, and literally all the way up until even though like Beast Titan helped, Levi still killed him at the end.
He was on his bumper. He was on his bumper all the time.
Well, I'm going to kill you, bro. Okay,
that was good too. They did great with that.
That man funny too, because old boy just literally spawned out of nowhere and called out, Levi! Levi's like, bet, I got you, son.
You even gotta tell me twice.
He said, no questions.
Boy, literally, you had one panel, old boy was like, Levi! And then the next panel, his head was flying off. I was like, bruh, he didn't waste no time.
No time.
He said Levi, and then he was like, but remember he said Levi, and he was like, what a beautiful day it is outside.
That's the last one you're gonna see, B.
What you got? What's your favorite moment from the series?
The beach scene, the Levi beach scene, whatchamacallit, the commander dying. That's an easy one to pick.
Yeah.
I feel like there's another just as good one though too. I'm hyped. Probably out.
Anytime the reversals happen when Annie's a Titan, like anytime that song happened, bro, I was like, yo.
That little Annie song was a little weird to me though originally.
Time skip. Man, so many.
Because it was like Annie in the forest, Levi in the forest. Like, I'm sorry.
He thinking. Look at him. He focused.
I feel like any answer I say have to be Levi, because Levi was just that guy regardless.
Levi.
So I'm pretty sure even when the anime dropped for the final joint, like it's like hands down just gonna be Levi. Like that joint crazy.
Yeah. That man had them hands. He had them hands up until he went broken.
Bro, when Reiner popped out the wall, he was right there in his neck. Like, I'm surprised he should have died. He should have died right there.
Yeah.
Straight up died.
What about you, Brando?
I think I gotta still give it, out of all this craziness that happened, a lot of epic stuff. I gotta give it to the moment where I buckled up. It's the one scene that I buckled up. I was like, I'm
strapped in.
I'm in it all the way. And this is before I knew that Eren could become a Titan. I was buckled up. The moment I'm talking about, when Armin was getting swallowed, and Eren got in the mouth and pulled his friend out of this Titan's mouth, and he was holding his junk, and he was just like, I gotta see it, like I want to see all of it, and then I'm like. And me watching other shonen, I'm thinking, this the moment. Where
Yeah. Nah.
Boom, his arm went flying.
Yo, man's leg fly off. I was like, yo, he dead.
That locked me into this anime. And then all of that, but the I think it's, I forget the name of the theme, but the theme that plays in that song, and he just holding it. I was like, this is a man. This is a regular dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he had conviction. That's when I was like, Eren is that Negro. He's it. That's it.
Well, funny though, you say that's foreshadowing if you think about it. Like he died for Armin, and then at the very end of the series, he dies for everybody.
Bruh.
Yep.
Yeah. That's my favorite. I think that's my favorite one because I buckled in. And then of course, a couple episodes later, you see his Titan just stuffing.
Yeah.
I was like, what is that?
What is this?
Yeah, that was my favorite
What
moment.
am I watching?
Yeah, I was like, this is next. I said, this is a mecha, but with meat suits. Like, this is crazy, man. But Jordan brought up a good one. Jordan, this anime, unlike others, they would drop stuff on you casual, just like, I remember that. He's like, he's Arm Titan, I'm Beast Titan. It was like, and I think
they're interested. They're introducing plot to us like it was nothing. Especially that whole early part.
Like
they're just when they start introducing the Titans, like right after the Ranger stuff, they're like, this too.
Yeah.
Them too.
You got mad infiltrators up in here you don't even know about.
That's deep, man. More I'm gonna think on this, like, this is a really good story because this is very complex.
Really
what about
good.
the fact that they were killing? They were the moment you realize that obviously the weak spot for the Titans was in the nape, and that when you see people get transformed, that's where they're at. So the fact of the matter is, every Titan that they were killing,
killing them.
were former Eldians that just got transformed, bruh.
Yeah.
Can we agree?
Wait, what happened? Hold up. Hold up.
They were in the neck, bro.
Yeah, what do you mean?
It was always there.
That's why they aim for the neck, my guy. That's the turn off switch.
I had to let that sit for a second. Hold up.
Look, can we agree that Mikasa is best girl? Like, can we agree? Like, she was fired this entire. She was fired.
She went off. I mean, I give it to Annie. Annie held her weight too. Annie held her weight.
But let's be real. Mikasa she kind of cooled off after the time skip. Like,
that's the writer fault. That's the writer fault.
She kind of cooled off the time skip. You know, they didn't want to give her that power.
Hold on. J.O. trying to get in. What you say?
Even though I ain't read everything, my moment, which I don't care about all that future stuff. My moment from Mikasa will always be when she went to go save Eren, and she literally man, I forgot that girl's name. She changed her name. Krista, what was her name?
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
She said, "Please don't kill Yuri," or whatever her girl's name was. And Yuri was standing there protecting her, and Mikasa. She cut into the dude. She caught up to them. They was like, "Oh my God, how did she get up here?" She looked at that dude in the eyes. That dude was like, "Oh my God, she's gonna kill me." Yes, she is. She had no. She was the female version of Levi. There's nobody else on an even level of a Levi than her.
I appreciate the tension they had. All before the time skip, the tension between Mikasa and Levi. I was like, they're gonna do something crazy with this. They did it, but I still like the dot.
This stuff had just so much.
It's so much
in it, man.
It's so much goodness.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah,
much
man.
goodness.
But that wasn't my
Good
moment.
ride.
My moment was exactly when she said to him, what did she say? She said, please, Mikasa, don't kill me. We're friends. And she said, I do not have enough space in my heart for you and other people. I only got him. And that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna have to take it from
Hey,
wherever
J.O.,
it is.
did you like? Hey, J.O., did you like when he was Mikasa was fighting Annie in her Titan form? She was like, "Oh, Annie." Just stood and looked at her
Yeah.
like Annie. Oh.
Oof. Good moments, man. Such good moments. Well, yeah, we've come to the end of the journey of Attack on Titan. The anime will be here in 2022, but those who want to stick around for that.
Can I say real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Obviously, this should go without saying, but this deserves a seat at the table, man.
It deserves
It deserves a seat at the goat table.
It deserves
Yeah.
a seat at the table.
Especially when we talk about the last 20 years of anime from 2000, 2001, it's way up there. Like, I have so many issues with the big three, which is Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece, and I can list all my complaints for them. Whereas, like, with this Attack on Titan, it's like I got to straight. I can't say much was bad with this. Like, I'm sure people can find a whole bunch of issues with it. Like, but for me, it was just chapter to chapter, just really satisfying, and it nailed a good ending. It's so rare for animes or mangas to have good endings in this day and age. So yeah, it was successful.
My only issue with this is that the you can tell that, you know, the author, he was gonna go in a different direction, but at some point he decided to change it up and go in another direction, because there are things that are inconsistent in the earlier chapters that don't follow up in the later chapters. Like when that second fight between Eren and Annie, you see Eren got this somehow superpowered up, which never came up ever again. Like that just got dropped completely. It just got forgotten about. So like clearly that was supposed to be a thing. When Bertolt Reiner first met the Beast Titan, when they were camping out, you could tell that they didn't know who the Beast Titan was. They didn't know each other. That was something that came later on, that okay, now they did know each other, but when they first met, you can tell they didn't know each other. So that was obviously meant to be a thing where they weren't supposed to know each other. But clearly the author at some point decided, he was like, I'm going to change some things up. We're going to go in this direction now. So as far as that's concerned, that was my only major issue with this. Other than that, this anime is a GOAT.
Yeah.
I could put
it. Ghost, definitely one of the ghosts.
It's up there with. I put it in.
I knew it was a GOAT when all these main characters could just die. That's when you know something is a GOAT.
And I still was engaged. Like, yeah. And it was like they're all interesting.
Bruh, Potato Girl. Bro, they killed Potato Girl.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P. Sasha, man. All right, so we've been talking about Titans. You know what I'm saying? So Brandon brought up a good point. He said Attack on Titan Titans are like, you know, meat mechas. It's a very weird way to phrase it, but it's true. And so in the spirit of mechas and all things gigantic, recently, within the past 2 weeks, I want to say, we had the culmination of one of the biggest battles that has ever probably happened. Now, it's something that came out a while ago. You know, we've seen Godzilla, we've seen King Kong. They fought before. I don't treat that first fight like canon. I definitely appreciated some things that happened in this movie, but we're not ready to talk about it just yet. Let's just talk about big monsters in anime, because Attack on Titan literally centered around it, right? It's centered around it, but we talking about how they have been in everything, you know. And it don't have to be a long topic, but like I'm thinking about, you know, things like Big O, right? Big O fought big monsters, you know, like kaiju and monsters in anime is a thing. It's funny because you have some stuff like DBZ where it's like you just got a big monkey out of nowhere, where nothing in this series has kind of really implied that before, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's a whole race of big giant monkeys. You have that version, but then you have some stuff where it's just all huge. I know I was talking. I know Brandon, you brought this up a couple times. I think both you and Sonke read it. What did you say it was called again, Sonke? That
Kaiju
that
number 8.
Kaiju number 8.
Yeah. So, with the interwovenness, because Kaiju itself, there lies on tons of monster movies themselves, and they're not necessarily anime themselves, but the two cross the lines a lot. Let's speak to that just a little bit. What your appreciations are? What are some of the things you like? Obviously, again, like coming off of Attack on Titan, I think that was one of the perfect blends of it in that sense, if you treat it that way. But yeah, what are some other things y'all have found or appreciate in that space?
Bro, my first interaction with the big thick boys known as Kaiju was Power Rangers, man. Power Rangers.
Exactly.
My first interaction with Kaiju. And I loved it. I loved it. After that, I love dinosaurs. And we had a library. You can rent movies for free at the library. So I rented Godzilla. I rented the old ones. They was out there. Nobody rented them. I love that jump. Love that jump. It's just something about seeing a big monster destroying junk, man. And usually you have to have something cool to beat it, right? So in the case of Power Rangers, you had the Megazord, man, which was dope, which one could say is a giant kaiju in itself. So, man, kaijus are awesome. It's a good time. It's property, man. It's job.
It's destruction. Yeah,
it's job security for me and Silk. It's a lot of things. So, yes, man.
Well, get the economy going for sure.
Kaiju is right here, man. Kaiju's right there.
Wow. Yeah. I have to agree. I think it's embedded in all of us. I mean, most of us grew up. Inadvertently, you was watching Kaiju, and really, it was here before we were born. I think it started with Power Rangers, and I was similar like Brandon. I was like, hey, you mean tell me? Okay, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, okay, I get the Megazord, so then I go into Voltron, and then I see us. Then you mean tell me like, hold up, in Japan, there's this big, huge dragon lizard named Godzilla? What? So it's like, okay, let me start watching this. And then it's like, my dad like, hey, y'all need to watch this. Then he showed me something called Ultraman. So I'm like, oh my God, so this genre been here before I was born. So, and I agree with Brando. I just like the destruction. It's not the fight themselves. For me, it's the environment they fight in. So I love if they tearing up a city. It's like, yes, don't get that
destroy.
Mountains, I don't care about that. Anybody But no, y'all come to the city. That's what I like. So I love when Power Rangers. I like the part before they transform the monster, he just destroying the city. He just kicking stuff.
Imagine how much evacuation had to happen It's like the Power Rangers probably got the highest body count.
Right. For sure. You did not want to live in Angel Grove.
And I always thought that. I'm like, dude, it's people that died in this. There has to be people who have died, and it was just a weird obsession. So I just wanted to see the people be like, okay. So they had like tens of thousands of people just didn't die.
Yeah.
This Megazord they kicking up. They're punching through school buildings. It has to be kids. It has to be. So that's just me.
Man.
I think Blue has brought up an anime earlier. He's Gillian a little bit. Have you watched it before?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. Like that was also kind of the point I was gonna get into too. Kaiju influence is just everywhere. Because at the end of the day, Kaiju boils down to a problem that's far too big for a human to solve. So you got to get something equally big. It's the same principle as like, oh, that dude's got a gun. I need to get a bigger gun now. So and it's just awesome. Like it's so simple, but so dope. And of course, obviously, it originated in Japan, and it's just kind of radiated out from there. You think about stuff that's not directly like animals, like Voltron comes from an influence from kaiju. Gundam comes from an influence of kaiju. Obviously, Neon Genesis Evangelion has a major kaiju. I love that name. That whole name.
You put the whole name.
It's an exotic name.
I actually saw it above his head when he said that.
It's like all of that has so much influence from kaiju, and I just think it's dope how it doesn't need to be super complicated. You don't need to have some type of super complex story, and even though some do, at the end of the day, it's all about the hands and the destruction. And it's so dope that the simplest things can be so amazing to me.
Yes. And I think that's a very good segue into like where now, again, like I said, we've had the MonsterVerse kind of building up Godzilla versus King Kong. And I think everyone can have different opinions about how the kind of vibe that they give off, right? Like the first Godzilla from 2014 had this very dark kind of tone and atmosphere. I think it was a good introduction as far as seeing him. I can say for all of these movies, I have not liked the human aspect, but it is a thing with just Japanese kaiju film. You always are going to have a human element, and sometimes it's going to be goofy, sometimes it's just going to be really emotional, but they have to play up to it to some extent. And then I think the first one just kind of did that a little heavy, but then, we get Kong, Skull Island, and it was like, oh, this is a good time. This is great. Like the whole way through, this is really, really, really good. And then, you get King of all monsters, who again is Godzilla. And Ghidorah comes out, and it's just like, oh, y'all put the big bucks in. Y'all put the budget in. We seeing the real life monsters now. And now we've come to where we are now, where kaiju in and of itself has kind of had a research. They have kind of. You can't hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you now. You cut out.
Okay. Oh, okay. I said so. We've kind of reached this point where, like in media, kaiju have kind of hit somewhat of an apex. I think it happened when the first Pacific Rim came out. I think it westernized it a lot for people who were not really familiar with that type of style, and so it gained a new audience. But for I would say, for some veterans like us, I know for me personally, Pacific Rim wasn't it. It was cool, but it wasn't it.
Yeah.
And I think
none of them.
Yeah, nah, it's nothing special if you've already been familiar with the real stuff. So coming to where we are now, where you get a big major film that's all about Godzilla versus King Kong at first, if you have any history about, we're in spoiler territory, but if you had any history of how this movie worked in the past,
you gotta get to it. Japan, man, we gotta get it.
I read it.
We get the people what they want. We get the people what they want. First thing we need to know, first order of business, who had Kong? Be honest. Who had money on Kong? Come on, who did it?
You was wrong if you had it on Kong. That's all I'm gonna say. You was wrong if you had it on Kong. Because Godzilla did his thing.
Man,
Godzilla did his thing.
Wait, why you call me out? What happened?
You thought Kong was gonna take that?
I got a whole nother take.
I just know what hating on Kong is what I'm good at.
I just saw this movie. It's fresh on my mind. I got a whole nother take. Both of them get L's.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Both of them get L's. Oh my god! Because if I had to come and tap metal all on me and show y'all who really had them hands.
Bruh.
Oh my god!
Oh no, man!
Yeah.
Bro, Mecha Ghidorah, bro.
They really did make Mecha Godzilla way OP.
Nah, that wasn't Mecha Godzilla, bro. That was Mecha Ghidorah, bro.
I mean, yeah, it was Ghidorah controlling Mecha Godzilla. Yeah,
I'm like, hold up.
That's crazy.
I want to say something. To our viewers. I want to say something to you. Yeah, I want to say. But hold on, Silk. I want to say something to our viewers. Dear viewer, you watched this movie. You supported Kong. You thought Kong was gonna take that dub. old as hell.
Hey, bro, you know how many times I saw folks making videos talking about, oh no, it makes perfect sense why Kong would win. Huh?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But this is my
I love how. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. My name is Brandozilla. Y'all know I'm biased, all right? I know I'm biased. But I have to admit, Kong got drugged. This whole movie. This man played dead in front of his daughter.
Yo, when they said the dude was like, oh well, I guess round 2 goes to fight. Talking, they ain't even finished this fight. What you mean he got round 2? And next thing you know, Godzilla stepping on his chest, stopping his whole heart. I was like, yeah, that's that real G stuff, my guy. Like,
I didn't really care who won, but I like when Kong had that little disc and he did that little spin move and block all that.
They tried to give Kong some flashy stuff. They tried to give him some flashy stuff.
He
gave Godzilla the beats by Dr. Dre a few times. Like he had
some combos.
He got some good punches in.
Yo, that first punch when they was on that ship, right? You remember that
aircraft carrier? Yeah.
Kong was in trouble then because my boy Godzilla ate that punch. He got right. Because that was
in the commercial they make it look like that, like really staggered Godzilla. He turned back like this, but then he come right back in the movie. I was like, oh, okay, he ready for it.
Yeah.
I appreciated that they showed the one part where like Kong was going through the city, and then Godzilla shoots the blast and it burns him, and I'm like, see, that's what's supposed. He's not supposed to be able to block beams and all this nonsense. Like, I ain't really messing with the scale, but I was like, okay, I guess they was friends in the past or something. I don't know, but anyway, like just like when he got shot and he felt it on his back, I was like, yeah, monkeys burn up when they catch that fire, you know.
The biggest thing is this. Look here, y'all. Y'all need to understand if y'all thought that Kong was gonna take a dub in any way, the simple fact that they had to give him a weapon to be even able to deal with this man is showcase to that. It's already like he had to have help. If he didn't have that weapon, bro, it would have been a dub. Like the moment he stepped foot, like bro, he needed that. He needed that.
Look, are we forgetting that if the humans didn't save Kong in the beginning,
they saved him twice. Even when they went down into the Hollow Earth and that. Bro, when they went down into Hollow Earth and that snake thing wrapped around Kong's face, bro, Kong was about to take a L right there. They needed to help that man.
It's true.
He's about to die.
I said it already, but y'all gotta remember this. Kong played dead. Y'all remember that on that ship. Kong played dead. Because he didn't want no more Vegeta hands.
All right, so let's make another disclaimer to the viewers. Now, viewers, for all you Gojira fans, yes, he gave Kong them hands, and I enjoyed every minute of it. But I'm going to have Gojira, as much as I love you, I'm going to have to give you this hand. Because Godzilla gave you the DBZ combos.
I have a defense for that.
Bro, he had the beam fist, like his fist was shooting black.
We have to add it.
Yes, add disclaimers. Okay.
I knew he was.
Now we, bro. We. I give you that. But we have to add this caveat here. Godzilla had just got off of a big boy fight, and my man is tired, bro. If he was full strength, bro, if he was full strength, bro,
he still would have had a long night. Still would have had a long night.
Behave, my guy, behave.
Godzilla beat Godzilla. It didn't matter. He was full. That man was doing. That man Brewster shot. His arm.
Yo, he had the jetpack tail. He had the jetpack tail. He just like he dodged it. I'm like, okay, bro.
But hold on. Wait. Well, what y'all telling me? What y'all telling me is this. y'all telling me we playing Super Smash Brothers Wii U, and you're telling me that I'm also I don't know who's five. Who's five in that game?
And 4?
Come
Were you?
on, yeah, on Wii U. But, come on, not
Bayo?
Ultimate.
Yeah, I guess
Before-
Zero.
Bayo?
Bayo.
Yeah. Cloud.
Power with her, right? And then here come Bayonetta without the patches to show up and just upbeat combo me. All right, so you tell
Hey man.
me now,
Hey.
dog.
Yes.
They let the skull of Ghidorah take over this man and just automatically know how to use.
Yeah, bro, Mecha.
This type of sense, bro. Like,
Mecha
was
Godzilla
mad,
is like you playing Street Fighter and somebody versus you, he already has his super. He already had.
he came in with the ultra. He came in with the ultra to wake up quick, bro. That's just crazy.
I remember
watching
if he was full strength or not. He was OP. Mecha Godzilla.
He was OP. He
He was
was.
mad over.
I'll be honest, like
I had to read up after the move, and also they took Mecha Godzilla and they combined 3 different versions of him. So I was like, Mecha Godzilla didn't have all of this like this. I don't remember this.
Yeah.
It's like he was 3 different versions. They took it from 3 different movies. I'm like, even when Kong had the tail, then the tail started spinning. I was like,
I mean, my thing is, you think
I thought
about
he was about to have a laser come out of his tail for real.
watching this with some friends on Zoom, and I knew it was over in terms of Godzilla versus Kong. When they showed the tournament lineup, you seen all the L's, the Ephesians that Godzilla been handing out to people, and like Kong, it was like too long. And Godzilla was like, "This dude dead.
Oh my gosh, dude." I mean, like Kong did try, but it just was like, come on, bro. Like
I knew you weren't gonna win like that. I was like,
nah,
no.
bro.
I mean, but like I said,
I thought his axe was gonna be bigger. I thought he was something like that. I was like, doing the scale thing out of here, bro. He cut Godzilla thigh, he didn't even go all the way through. I was like, nah, he ain't really doing it. Bro, when Godzilla dislocated that shoulder though, he was
he felt that. He felt that.
Yeah,
he
you
felt
gotta
that,
breathe
bro.
on that one, boy.
I gotta be honest.
I didn't. So that was it. Both had to hold that L.
Bro, hold on. In this movie, Godzilla was doing stuff.
Oh, bro. No. Uh-oh. Brandon dropped.
Brandon
dropped.
Godzilla got you, big man.
Yeah.
I'm saying Godzilla was doing stuff in this movie. He was doing stuff in this movie I ain't never seen him do. Like he was moving super fast. Like he had Kong on the ground. He was on him like that, you know. And all of that. I gotta be honest. I'm a Zero fanboy. Bro, they gave him some endurance juice, man. Because even though Mackin was putting them hands on him, he kept getting up.
Yeah.
Stay back.
So like overall, it's funny because like I said pure anime, and that's kind of how I feel. Like I was trying to compare it to the tone of the other ones. Like Kong was a very fun movie. I still feel like for both Godzilla movies, they tried to have a little bit more grounded. The second one did get a little bit more playful with the human element and everything like that. But this one just was like, oh yeah, nah, we doing weird stuff. You send out of Earth. Gravity's gonna be all weird. I was like, you just gonna wormhole through the Earth? Like, okay, all right, okay. You know what I'm saying? But like, as long as they fight, bro, that's all I want to see. So like overall, the movie was okay. The fighting was like what we were there for, and I think they did a really good job at like, putting that up. It was flashy, it was colorful. It didn't get too gimmicky, and that's where I think like stuff like Pacific Rim gets lost in the sauce. Where like have a Jaeger picking up a battleship and then throwing it and stuff. I'm like, that's dumb. Like they're here to throw hands. Godzilla has a beam. He's not trying to do much of anything. I'll just give you what you got. With Kong giving him the axe, it's like I don't get why that exists, but hey, do what you gotta do to like have them be on somewhat of an even level, but all that it didn't work out in his favor at all. Nope. And I still think a lot of people died in Hong Kong. Like, what's funny,
bro, what's funny though, you think about it though, like the axe didn't do nothing for Kong against Godzilla, but yet the axe is why they were able to beat Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, it's plot armor. It's
I mean,
Plot
because
armor.
let's be honest, they gotta retain the respect of Godzilla because they gotta please Toho, like so they can use.
But they did in the original movie. Didn't Kong win the whole thing? Oh, he didn't win. I can't remember.
Yeah, man, Godzilla, bro, Godzilla, is that boy, man. What y'all talking about?
He stepped on that chest 2 times, made that heart go.
Bruh, the only time Godzilla
dude.
got an L in the OG is when Destroyer about to almost take that man, and then he still killed Destroyer and died himself afterward. He killed himself. He only handed the L to himself. That's the only way Godzilla died.
I'm handing the L myself.
I'm like, none of y'all gonna hand me an L. I'll hand it to myself. Thank you. I'm good. I got that department.
So while we're on this high of kaiju this, kaiju that, and especially when it comes to Godzilla. Oh, go ahead.
Is this better than King of Monsters?
No.
I don't think so. I watched all of them yesterday. I literally went through from Godzilla to Kong to King of All Monsters to this one.
Yeah.
King of All Monsters.
I liked King of Monsters before. I like that one better.
Yeah, King of All Monsters felt like
it made somewhat more of a sense.
It felt like a modern day translation of those old Toho movies. It was,
for sure.
And honestly, I actually like the humans in King of the Monsters. I'm in a minority because even the humans in that movie, everything they was talking about was about the kaiju. It wasn't about our relationship. It's not about the third. No, it was about the kaiju. That's why I like it.
Bro, the Easter eggs in King of the Monsters just was glorious either way. I don't care. The Easter eggs in King of the Monsters
Music,
was too
the music in King of the Monsters. Oh my god,
Bruh.
Really good. That's the best interpretation of Rodan ever. Ain't no other monster had such a big come up than Rodan, bro. Really relevant.
King Ghidorah though,
yeah, no, that's great.
That light him running,
when you first see a word up in his chest, and he just no, that's good.
Yeah.
I was hoping with this one that they would do, like both get mecha versions, like either they give a Mecha Kong, you get the actual Mecha Godzilla and the actual Mecha Ghidorah as well. So I was surprised to see them go with just like using his head as like the impetus for the whole mecha getting power. I thought that was kind of strange. I don't know what their next plans are with this universe specifically. But yeah,
we need to talk about that.
The only thing they can do.
That's my issue. I did not like the way the movie ended. I did not like it.
Nope.
But it's literally only two things to me what they can do. They still ain't got their big bad, which is in my opinion, Destroyer. He's been hinted at in King of the Monsters with the
when it turned red and stuff.
What was it song?
The oxygen missile.
They dropped it there. Or they can either do that, or they can do Godzilla destroy all monsters. They can do that.
They still have space. They could do Space Godzilla.
So yeah, they can do space.
Because they've already hinted that Ghidorah came from outer space, so they could still do Space Godzilla as well.
So when they killed, didn't Mothra die in King of All Monsters?
But she left for larvae already.
Yeah.
She always does that. And when she leaves an egg, her memory goes to the next one.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, you have to have all three. You have to have Godzilla. You got to have Mothra. You have to have Ghidorah again. We haven't seen people like Anguirus or anything like that. They pull some new stuff, but I know big woolly mammoth and everything.
That's the cop out.
Yeah.
Come out of Hollow Earth.
Yeah. They can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, they could easily bring Ghidorah back anyway because they've like I said, they've implied from outer space.
He came back in this movie.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like the actual original King Ghidorah.
He transferred his consciousness.
Yeah.
He didn't give it man's.
Yeah.
Soul is still there.
Yeah.
So I just feel like they need to. There has to be a way. I don't want them to get tired of it. Every villain can't be Ghidorah. Godzilla has way too many, rivals that he could fight. But at the same time, Ghidorah is the pivotal one. But I don't know. I mean,
I'm much y'all.
It's okay for it to take a break right now at this point. Like, Destroyer would be cool. But I'm not in a rush.
Destroyer will be
glory.
Destroyer will be that.
I'm sorry. I want to
will
see
be
Destroyer
that.
so bad, bro. Even it, bro.
That-
I'll take it this way. Give me Destroyer and Shin Godzilla. I'll do that, bro.
Yeah. I mean, because really, you think about Destroyer is literally an evil Godzilla. Like, he's not made from a nuclear bomb, but from something else.
Yeah, the opposite of
Man-made
Godzilla.
Destroyer, so it's like it's a match made in heaven. It's amazing.
But it's interesting though because like now that they've solidified Kong in the universe that comes out of at any point in time, it's kind of weird. Like that's the only real thing where it's like this gets kind of strange. Is where okay, you put all of them in the same universe, but how do you use all of them effectively? Like how do you have a singular Godzilla movie again, or how do you have a singular King Kong? You even want a King Kong movie of his adventures in the center of the earth, basically? Like what do you want to do?
The same thing with Marvel movies. You watch Iron Man 1, then you seen him in Avengers, and how could we do an Iron Man movie without other Avengers? You can't. So you just have, in a cameo. Honestly, Kong got stumped so bad. I don't see him having his own movie.
And we know he's in a hollow earth anyway. So like that's an easy way to keep him out of the loop because I mean he's in a hollow earth, which won't have anything to do with the center.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, but Godzilla can shoot a beam all the way into the center of the earth and then have him come back up.
Oh God, yes.
That's what I'm saying. So Godzilla want the man dead, he'll kill him. He'll go and kill him.
Oh, that was
Bro.
It was
stupid part in that movie.
They were all the way to the South Pole, bro.
I mean, he went to South Pole.
It took them like 3 hours to get there. It took Godzilla 5 minutes from Tokyo.
What is Brando doing?
He had that jump like this, and then Godzilla was like, "What's up? What you gonna do?" He's just like that.
He started beating the ground.
Problems no more. This guy was like, "No, I don't want to fight no more."
I mean, it's the fact that they had their first fight on the water. It was like y'all already knew y'all was setting him up for failure because like he got on water. He was like, like yeah, big boy, you ain't never fought nothing like this, bro.
Fans, I gotta be honest, they disrespected your boy. They did. I ain't gonna lie.
They that's why they gave him all that love in the trailers because y'all saw when the trailers first came out. I was like, I didn't want to watch it, but then the King Kong, he's just about to give hands and fists to like both hand, feet, the cuffs, like straight up the guys. I'm like, nah, that's not how it's supposed to go. But like in the movie, it's like, yeah, that's the best he could do because those are his best scenes. Like when he got one or two hits in.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like this movie was more of a Kong movie, though. Actually, I felt like this movie.
For sure. Him going home. They introduced Godzilla like he's a bad guy, like.
But which I like because classically Godzilla can show up as a hero. He can show up as a villain. Like first Godzilla, villain. Shin Godzilla, villain. You know what I'm saying? I like that, but I feel like Godzilla didn't have a storyline in this at all, like other than being an antagonist.
He just was mad. He was mad and wanted to defeat the Apex stuff.
Wanted to smoke. Because I'll be honest, even when he was swimming in the ocean, he didn't have to fight Kong, but he wanted that smoke. He said, "Let's run that baby, bro. Let's go."
No, okay, so there was
really Godzilla's never been in these waters. He's never been over here before.
There was some dope foreshadowing. I don't know if it's like legit or not, but like when they first show the scene of them on the boat, it's like at nighttime. And it's like a thunderstorm happening. So if you look, like you kind of see the spine. It could be the clouds, but as a Godzilla off in the distance when it's like radiates blue at nighttime. But I was like, oh, so he about to creep up on them now. And then like they switched to like daytime, and then that's when they actually fight. I was like, oh, okay, I guess.
No, I love the fact that they fought in daytime. Goodness, every movie they fight at night, or it's raining, or it's snowing. I appreciated the fact they actually fought in the daytime. Let me see the fight.
Yeah.
Well, it happened. It came. We did it. It was a fun time. Am I back? All right, sorry. My computer flashed. So I know, and briefly, we'll have to spend a lot of time on this because I don't know how much y'all are invested in Netflix animes. I personally do not, to be honest, when it comes to like these original Godzilla ones. They've done like 3 so far. I think there's they just released one for Pacific Rim as well. So Any thoughts on those? Like for those who do battles and everything like that, we be running to Netflix to go see these things, or is it okay to say skill?
So, I watched all 3 of the Godzilla Netflix movies. To my detriment, I tried to give it an opportunity. It's garbage. It really is garbage. I appreciated. I will say this. I appreciated them trying to do something different, but like any kaiju based, like we've said before, when the human element kind of overtakes the kaiju element, that's what ruins it. And literally throughout the entirety of the film, all 3 of them is focused on the humans, and they're annoying and they're stupid and it's just irritating, and like I don't care about your whatever. They even try to do some real weird stuff and it's just stupid. When Godzilla shows up, there are moments that are interesting because basically they kind of try to change it to where Godzilla literally is the Earth, like the Earth made him in this version. He wasn't made by no nuclear accident, just the Earth itself got fed up and created him, and he's basically a living Earth. And you know, that's basically the that's basically it. And so it's just kind of dumb. Like honestly, like I don't even remember all of the details of what happens in all the films. I know in the 3rd one he fights their version of Ghidorah, which is some sort of alternate dimension being. It's not even like Ghidorah like you know it. Like he's just like it's stupid. It's dumb. Like I barely remember finishing it. And it was just trash.
Is it worse than? Would you watch that, or would you watch '98 Godzilla?
I'd rather watch '98 Godzilla because at least I get a Godzilla that I'm okay with.
You want to see the Godzilla hump the building?
Yep. I'd rather watch that than watch this trash. This junk was garbage. It was.
I ain't gonna lie, '98 Godzilla was the first DVD that I ever watched. My dad said it, and like it was the first time I saw a DVD, and I was like, I hate this movie. Like,
although '98 Godzilla shows disrespect to Godzilla, let's just not. Although in '98 Zilla shows disrespect to the G-Man himself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Even though that it's a fun movie, I can still at least just I can turn my brain off and have fun with the movie. You know what I'm saying? I can still do that. You cannot turn your brain off and I ain't lying to you. I had a headache watching these Netflix Godzillas. Goodness. I had a headache. I had a headache trying to watch them because I'm just like, what's going on? I thought this was.
I have a headache about you talking about it right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's how bad it was. Now
that's bad.
The Pacific Rim. I tried the first episode. It's trash.
Well, at least you knew to get out then.
Yeah,
so okay.
I tried the first episode. I was like, let me give it an opportunity. Let me try it. Trash. It's garbage. Right, well. It boo-boo trash. Narrative-wise, it's just the dumbest thing. It's just, bruh. It like you remember in the very first Pacific Rim, where like she got the flying kaiju picked them up into the sky, and like then she want to whip out this sword, and I'm like, bro, you had that the whole time. Like what the heck? Literally, that's what happens in the first episode. Like, bro, you have that moment in the first episode, and it's just like it just kills it. It's like it's dumb. It's so dumb. Yeah. It's so dumb. On top of that, you add in the gimmick in some of the more trashier Gundam series where like there's that special person that can do the special driving of the special mecha because they're special, and like really? Like they about to get an L, but they don't because the plot requires them to be special. Like it's trash. It's trash. So I stopped it.
They all have it. Straight from Stone Cage himself. Netflix.
No recommendations to any of y'all. Don't watch them. Sorry. Not unless you want a headache.
Let me clap it up for Stone Cage reviews, everybody.
My favorite segment.
He watched. We didn't have to. Thank you so much, my brother.
He suffered through it for us. Yes, we appreciate you. All right, boys. So it's that time.
He's like Eren. He took it on his back.
Yeah. All right, time for this Fighto, bruh.
It's time. It's been a while since we had some Fighto.
By the way,
it's been a while since we had some Fighto. Now, to get everyone, back engaged, work. You know, we present a topic, and then from that topic, people state their opinions. You know, you pick your sides and everything like that, and then we fight it out. Man. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like at this point, we've kind of had the Godzilla versus King Kong discussion, so I don't even know if we need to go back to that. If y'all want to, y'all can, but it is what it is. Godzilla all day. But for our first real official fight, though, we're gonna talk about Titans versus Saiyans. Titans versus Saiyans. Now you may think to yourself, I see, Brando. I see your face. Now, I probably should have clarified this when I set this out, because I already know how people. The race of Saiyans are, at the end of the day, big old monkeys. We call them Ozuru, saying great Ozuru.
If he races.
So, hey, we ain't talking about that. Now, look, it's not like they all missed. Anyway, yeah, so if we talk about the actual large-scale Saiyan, we talk about Titans. Now, you got goofy Titans, the little underlings or whatever. You got the wall Titans. And you got these ancient Titans who are like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, I mean, take everything in the context when I'm saying.
Bro, you froze.
Titan. All right, so.
What you said, Japan?
I'm back. You can't hear me? Can you see?
We lost Judah.
Oh, I was saying, so yeah, like, I guess we did lose. Yeah, so I was saying, you know, between, when we think about this topic, just think about Titans overall, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the different versions of Titans, from the goofy ones all the way to the large scale big ones, you know, the 7 or 8 that are supposed to be special. And then think about, you know, Saiyans as great Ozurus, you know what I'm saying? Warrior race, known to stump a few necks, you know what I mean? So, that being said, where y'all at? Where y'all going? Which way you taking? I want to see what y'all say. You gotta pick your side. You gotta pick your side.
Saying.
I'm gonna go Titan.
They were literally.
Bro, you brave. Bro.
I was going Titans. I don't care.
I have a reasoning, but I'm gonna go Titan.
Okay, I'm in my head. It can't be no other than Saiyans. So I mean,
what are we talking about?
Still already going.
Instant transmission, salad gun.
Wait, we gotta stop the time.
All right, so final consensus is two versus 4.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yep.
So, okay, who you go? You were saying?
I ain't saying, bro.
All right, let's start. Set us up. Let's go.
All right. Hold on. Let me get. You got your 2 minutes.
I think we said 2 minutes. You got it. Yes, 2 minutes.
We got power ups. What you mean? What you doing?
Yeah, look. Let me tell you. You got
power up.
You got your instant transmission. You can take one of us, make us be a Titan for a debate. You can do that. You can muto. It's silence one of us. All right. 4 out of 2 minutes. This only applies to you 2 minutes now. Yeah, you only get to use the jump once. Wise. And what's the other one? What's the other Japan, man? It was one more, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Muto is instant transmission.
It was for the people who have more people on their side versus the ones less. Those who have less, they're the ones who can cast a Muto. What was the other one? We had each team has a one-shot weapon called the Ultimate Keikaiku Silencer. This can be used at any point, but only once per battleground. This nullifies one piece of. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, so yeah, it's. Oh, you gonna flip? You gonna flip Japan, man? You gotta flip them. Who go first?
All right, let's do it. It's been a long time since we did these things.
The rigness.
Let's pull this up.
Trust the rigness. I need 3 flips.
I mean, 3 flips. All right. I mean, it's cool. Whatever you want to make you feel pleased. My good.
Jordy, we using a power up? Using a power up?
I mean, I'll leave it up to you. I got a good argument though, so I believe in myself.
So it always starts with those.
They already use a power up. They got rid of
Yes, I DDoS
Hold
them.
on.
A-Town Wings.
Toss.
This is a crazy recording.
No, right? I can't even.
I'm so
Man, I gotta get another. Man, my junk is super duper slow. Okay.
You gotta use your phone.
I know y'all gotta be able to see it. You want me to do it on my phone so y'all can see it?
No, I got you. Flip a coin.
No, I'm about to beat you now.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Flip a coin. Tails.
How we know that?
Oh, we got calling it. Oh, she just said it. You can hear?
Nah, I can't hear.
Right. Flip a coin.
It's tails.
Tails again. Let's see if you do it again. Flip a coin.
It's tails this time.
But that sounds like some biased mess right there.
Flip another coin.
Tails.
Yeah, somebody call in the air. We're gonna do this.
Big trash.
Yeah.
Who's supposed to be? Whose heads? Whose tails?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's bad.
We saying so we tails. Makes sense.
All right, bet. That makes sense.
All right.
Flip
I mean, we got
coin.
3 tails in a row.
It's
Go ahead.
tails.
Go ahead.
We're still.
It's still tails. Exactly. We have the heart of the cards.
Saying, what y'all want to do? Saying y'all want to go first, or y'all want them to?
I mean, I could go ahead and get this out of the way.
Hurry
All
up.
right,
I'm gonna keep it level, right? Because we talking about giant monsters.
all right.
Regular
Go ahead.
saying.
Are we going
on the
back and
ground,
forth, or
everything
all
like
four
that.
of y'all go?
All 4 of us go, and then y'all go. But like, yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, they shoot beams from their mouth. Like, Titans ain't got nothing for that. Like, I mean, yeah, you have Titan, sure, but I mean, they hit him with a thunder spear in his neck. They found that soft spot. He folded. You know what I mean? So you got a big monkey. As long as they got a full moon, my God, you not stopping. That's how it is. They can wear a suit of armor too. Like they're saying warrior armor can grow with it. So at the end of the day, you know, what can a Titan really do? I mean, you got the pitchfork one, but still, you know what I'm saying? You can get body too. So yeah, that's how I feel.
All right, cool. Look, that's 40 seconds. I go ahead and
Yeah.
go. I go ahead and go. So, in addition to my brother Japan Man's common arguments, I would like to add the fact that yes, they do have beam cannons. They can vomit beam energy and produce damage that way. That's think about the science behind that. You generating heat and light from your mouth. Anyway, we know Saiyans what they can do, but we're gonna keep it fair. We're gonna keep this kaiju mode, right? Right, Japan Man? We're gonna keep it kaiju mode.
Yep.
Are we forgetting about the fact that also that these big gorillas can go Super Saiyan as a giant gorilla? Are we forgetting that? Because that actually happened. Do we not remember this? The big King Kong, if King Kong can go Super Saiyan and Godzilla versus Kong, he probably would have took it, but he ain't no Saiyan. So, but yeah, man, it's Kong, man. I mean, it's Saiyan. It's like,
It's Kong, bro.
it's Saiyan, man. Saiyan. So you saying if they had a pill, Morpheus came with a pill, he's like, you get the red and the blue pill, and he like Saiyan, so you can become a random Titan, bro. You could be that ugly Titan with that big face that be running like this.
The long,
That be running like this.
the long. Yes, exactly.
So nah, miss me with the Titan, man. It's Saiyan, man. Say this. I'm done. So okay, go ahead and finish this up, man. We finish this up, man. Finish them.
Let it finish the career, bro. You gotta remember. Let's just even say they just meeting them for the first time. They don't know where their weak spot is at. You forget, Saiyans can sense where energy's at. They will know where their bodies is at inside the nape. It's a done deal. You dead, my friend. You can't do anything. Like Mig said, they got their armor. What a Titan gonna do? He gonna break his hand on that armor. And even Eren at his full power broke his hands many a times against regular flesh, not armor.
Yep.
Like
There you go work. My man, the Titans will fail.
I think we all agree. I don't even know if Silk is still here, but I feel like he as well. Do y'all have a defense? Do y'all want to try?
So y'all disrespect.
Hold on.
That's cool.
I'm like 100%, but hold on.
You know who you want to go first, bruh.
Bro, he muted, so I think he wants you to go
So
first.
it's
Bro.
me?
He's like, take it away.
Alright then, say less. So since we talking about different powers and what folks got, let's first go ahead and start off with all the main Titans are all intelligent beings, highly intelligent beings. Number one. And number two, are we gonna forget that Eren can see to the future? Attack Titans is all connected, bruh. He can be like, hey yo, this fight about to happen. This what y'all needs to know. We can do this fight multiple different times, but them Titans gonna win in the end. Cause they gonna keep on coming back and get fed information. And plus, the way that the Titans could do it, they could honestly overpower them. The Jaw Titan could honestly be just going for tails, on tails, on tails. And man, it's over. All the Titans that are there can all just come together as intelligent people to formulate a strategy around all of this. And all of them got different abilities. The female Titan, agile, quick. You got the armor Titan to be the bruiser. You got my dude, the Beast Titan throwing baseball from a distance. Come on now, man. Card Titan with the guns. Yeah.
We talk about rocks. You talking about rocks?
Oh, we're gonna ignore the guns? The guns?
We got
Card Titan got the gun.
from the mouth.
Yeah.
They disrespecting the burners, bro.
Man.
This is
At
crazy.
all times. The
Is there
Draco.
time?
We got time. We got 30 seconds.
Oh, we in here.
You done, Jordan?
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
I'll jump in. All right, so since these basic simpletons want to talk about physicalities, y'all niggas got 2 apes that are decent. Y'all remember every other Saiyan was whack. Every other Saiyan was a cat. He brought up the energy thing. Saiyans invented the scanner. The Prince nigga couldn't even read energy until 20 years later. He's weak. All them Saiyans were whack. Yeah, the king was weak. And they're all slaves. So they worse than the Titans. They were slaves too. But at least they could smack up somebody. We'll double all the way back. How big is this ape? How big is this any of them? Maybe a mountain. How big is a colossal Titan?
Please tell me that you're done.
How big is a colossal Titan?
Oh my gosh.
Not done.
Cool. Let's go back to what's fresh on everybody's mind.
We're not going to disrespect
Let's
the
go
height.
back to what's fresh on everybody's. You're a liar. Let's go back to Gohan jumped on the 8 dog. He's a baby. Anyway, let's go back to what's fresh on our mind. We have the whole rambling. How tall is everyone in the rambling? And nobody's stopping them. Nobody. Come on, fam. Cool, we there. Now let's jump back to the abilities. All these niggas just got a soft baby nap tail. Quick snip, that's it. If it's sunny outside, they dead. Snip that's
Who got
off rip.
swords?
What did these rambling Titans just step on? Tanks, ships, buildings, skyscrapers, 20 floor buildings. Think they don't care about a little baby tail dog? And these apes are still only about 20 feet big. They're not huge. Y'all are wildin' versus the Titans. There's a large variety of Titans. And we still
I'm
not
about to
talking
end
the
this right
abilities.
now.
We're not talking about
I'm
the
about to end
abilities
this
yet.
right now.
You
bro.
interrupted my time. We not talking
Your time
about
is done. Your time is done.
We are just
Your time is
starting.
done.
Hello.
Saiyans are aliens, bro. They don't need this planet. They don't need. They here to just wipe it out and cultivate.
How many Saiyans could destroy a planet?
How
There
did
was
it get
only one.
dropped?
There was one.
No,
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 two.
no.
Sorry, Bardock.
Only
There was
one.
2.
3 now.
Are you serious?
There's two. All the rest of them could never fathom destroying a planet.
No.
Only two of them.
Do you remember when Nappa first showed up and fell into the middle of the city to have fun? He said, "Woof," and that joke blew up. Ain't no Titans messing with that, my guy. Like that's not gonna happen.
If anybody starts an argument with me, talk about Nappa, I would mute this man and delete them from life.
That is crazy.
Nappa was the worst one you could have been went to. He was the first L as an ape. He was the worst example. And he couldn't destroy Earth. No one could fight him. Him or Raditz couldn't destroy Earth.
Bruh.
That's crazy.
I thought this debate was just about great apes versus Titan. But if y'all just saying straight up Saiyans, dog.
There's no competition if we do it that way. I'm just saying, like,
are we forgetting the fact that if Goku accidentally shoots a basic Kamehameha to the ground, the planet is gonna explode?
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Hold on.
That's not true.
I clean this up for all y'all real quick. We don't even need Kamehameha. We just take this old Destructo disc right here, you know what I'm saying? Just run it right.
That's not true. Yellow, that's not true. That's not canon.
And we know what I'm saying?
We're talking about a series where to kill a Titan, they have to swing like Spider-Man and take a knife and slice their neck. You telling me that we're comparing those people to Saiyans? That's what you guys are telling me?
Y'all are gassing Saiyans.
Y'all are clowning.
All right, so we all remember the Broly movie. Let's go to the Broly movie.
Spider-Man is killing Titans.
Your whole population was depicted in the Broly movie, so let's go with that.
Oh man.
Let's do your tier. Who's the top 5 strongest people in the Broly movie when you're talking about Planet Vegeta? Let's start there.
I didn't see the new one.
It was Vegeta and Broly?
No, just
and Goku.
Vegeta was in a pod. He was a baby, and he wasn't even the strongest baby. But who cares?
All right, so Bardock,
Prince, and King Vegeta.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
Everyone else was scared. Everyone else was janitors.
They have a field day on the island of paradise.
Titan that kid, I'm freaking freezing it.
I'm sorry.
The guy who could do it.
What did the Saiyans do back then? They had fists and they walked around with guns.
This is crazy.
Your Saiyans were not strong. I don't know what y'all talk about. The Saiyans had guns.
The Saiyans was mad docile.
Super docile.
The Saiyans were not strong.
They had guns. They used guns.
Y'all brought up the rumbling, right? Rumbling is an awful event in which, tall beings form a line. They link arms. They walk like this. Are we forgetting that Saiyans can fly? Are we forgetting that they can just whoop? That's it.
When they power up, they cause a rumbling, bro.
Let's get this real simple in this though, too. Titans struggle with human beings who swing on and parating. They struggle with but let's compare that to Saiyans. They move faster than light. What's a Titan gonna do with that?
Who moves faster than light?
Bro, all of them, bro.
That's not true. Why you keep saying this? That's not true.
You don't see nothing. When they fight regular hands,
Bro, even if they don't
film anymore.
We're talking about niggas. They drove cars on Planet Vegeta and they had guns. You are gassing you Saiyans. What are y'all talking about?
That's crazy.
They had ships they drove around in.
All these Saiyans are not Goku.
Yes,
they are not Vegeta. They are mad docile.
But the ones who are warriors, are like.
There's only 5. You have 5 out of history.
Was like
5. Granted, your 5 are cheat codes.
All right,
they're cheat codes, but the other
they walk around with a moon in their hand. They ready to throw a moon up in the air at one time just to turn into a monkey.
Let's take Hans. Y'all remember Hans from Attack on Titan? Was that his name?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He was a drunk. Homeboy killed the Titan, and he was a drunk, bro. What you telling me?
You can make a mistake and kill a Titan.
They Titans with medieval technology. They were using
It's a different world, bro.
Let's get to the front.
There's been
Let's
humans
get
that
to
kill a
the front.
Saiyan.
Bro,
A human killed a
let's get to
Saiyan.
the front.
So
Bro,
if you
your
try to use
boy-
the same ratios and logic, a human killed a Saiyan. A total alien.
Who killed the Saiyan?
So
What are you
where are we
talking
getting
about?
at?
Killed the Satan. What human
What
killed
human
the
killed the
Saiyan?
Saiyan?
Which show you want to go to?
What?
We can go Dragon Ball, you want to go Z, you want to go GT, you want to go Super. Which one you want to go to?
Nah, don't even
Dragon Ball.
you're not gonna find it. You're not gonna find it.
In
Who gonna go
DBZ, the only person that killed the
You ain't
Saiyan
gonna
in
find
DBZ was another
You talking
Saiyan.
You talking about what Piccolo? You talking about Piccolo killed
Which one
The
you
only
wanna
one
go
that
to?
killed another
at the same
Saiyan, the
time?
only one killed a Saiyan was another Saiyan. Raditz killed Goku. He was a Saiyan that killed another Saiyan. What you talking about? Ain't no human did nothing. The best that Earth had to offer was Piccolo.
Yeah.
And then he
Piccolo's a hood dude, so I mean, of course he gonna have the burn on him. He gonna have a special shot for
I wasn't
him.
even talking about
you know.
Piccolo, but yes, Piccolo's another one. But let's keep
Talking
going.
about Hercule murked the
I mean, Piccolo could
I
beat
should
the
have said
Saiyan.
it. Mr. Saiyan, I should have said it, but nah.
Piccolo held on grenade and he'll kill all them Titans, bro.
But
What you
let's go
talking
with your boys, even your best boys. When Reiner and the Beast Titan went to go attack in the time skip when they went to go attack that random country, but them guns was putting hands on them boys. He almost fell down and died if not for his boys helping him out. But guns, my guy. Slow shooting, firing guns. My man had to aim it at the Titan, so happened to be shooting at the Titan where he was at, and his kid, and it gave him problems.
Mm-hmm.
And a Saiyan, he don't need no gun.
What does
His
a Saiyan
hand
need
is the gun.
What does a
His
Saiyan need to
hand is
die?
the gun.
Let's start
His
there.
hand
What does a
is
Saiyan
done.
need to die?
You gotta evaporate them, bro. What you mean?
You gotta.
Don't even say Nappa and use the word evaporate towards me again.
Them beams are literally gonna rip those Titan body parts off. Do y'all realize?
Did we not see
Rip off
Did we not see what happened?
They're gonna rip off flesh, man.
Let's talk
That
about the
flesh
weakest.
is gonna disintegrate.
Let's
Do
talk
y'all
about the
realize
weakest.
that?
Let's talk about the weakest Saiyan that we were introduced to, and that's Raditz. He could put hands on a Titan. We're not even talking about the rest of the weakest Saiyan was still able to move faster than light that we've been introduced to. What Titan would be able to try to even attempt to cut that man? Let's just say he transformed. He still put hands on the man. He cut the tail off. He gonna be in worse situation because my man definitely gonna put some hands on him then.
Hey, y'all died with honor. I love y'all.
I appreciate the fight. But this ain't the one for one, bro.
All right. I want to go for the good one though. I want to go
In
for
A
the good
form,
one.
they ain't touching him.
Let's
I
move
agree.
on to the
1,000%. I agree. I agree.
That's good. Y'all took that L. Y'all took that L gracefully. Let's move on to the next topic. I want to get to this good topic.
Giant naked bodies versus the Satan. Man, y'all won't stop. Y'all forget these folks naked out here. These folks naked. Naked regular skin giant versus a Saiyan.
This is great. I live for these. Okay.
All right, let's move to the next topic. This is about to be the real one. Let's get to this real topic. That wasn't even a real topic. It wasn't a competition.
That was the
Let's
baby
move
topic.
on. Let's get to this real topic.
Are we doing Godzilla versus
No,
King?
skip that mess. I want the
We
real
done
topic.
that already.
I want the real topic.
Everybody knows that Godzilla is better than King Kong. I just need to hear everyone just say that.
It
You know what I'm
is.
saying? Everybody, are we all in agreement on that? Okay, cool.
Yes,
Man, both of them took them L's.
They did it in the movie, but
Like, man, one of them.
canonically, you know. Godzilla.
All right,
so
let's get to the real topic.
Golly.
Attack on Titan has finished. All the characters have had their storylines fleshed out. Yeah, Eren, you know, that guy. But then you also have Levi, who's also that guy. You know what I'm saying? So if we had to choose between what's better, was it Eren or was it Levi? And this is no holds barred. You got Eren and all his different forms and everything like that, but you also have just Levi, right? Like, what y'all say?
Levi.
Who you going with?
I'm going with Levi.
What's
Straight
the
up.
question again?
Eren versus Levi. Who's better?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is not a fight, right? Like not if the two are fighting, right?
Eren,
No,
Eren,
no, this is a
I
fight.
mean, that could be if you.
a fight.
I mean, if you feel like it, it's up to you.
I'm
Frame it
saying
as a fight. Frame it as a character. However.
Eren.
Levi.
Levi.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Levi, bro. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go Levi.
In all aspects, fighting and everything.
Yeah, that's the thing. When I'm thinking about the character,
Everything.
Wow.
Levi
I
was
can't
a
say
man
everything.
of focus.
I don't know. I can't say everything.
Yeah, I can't say everything.
I'm gonna
I
go.
do.
I'm gonna go Levi. I'm gonna go Levi.
what you saying, Ardot? You don't love.
I want to say Levi. Levi's my man, but y'all say every day, so I'm gonna go Eren. Bump it. I'll go Eren.
I mean, no, you can leave Brando by himself. Brando, man, he
No,
got
he ain't gonna do it, Brandon.
He probably gonna do an instant transmission anyway.
I won't even do that. I won't do it.
Oh, Joe.
All right. Go ahead. So go ahead and hit us. Play the coin toss. All right. So folks for Eren are heads. That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
All right, cool.
So you going? Ardot, you going for Eren, right? It's 2-4, right? Okay. So
Yeah.
folks for Eren is heads. Folks for Levi's tails. Go ahead and do the coin toss.
I can't. Oh, I can't see.
All right, there you go.
That's tails.
Is he gonna say it?
That says
It's
tails.
tails.
It's always tails.
And this
Always
is a different
tails.
one, too. That's the crazy
loves
part.
tails. That's what's crazy. Yeah. All right. So Levi's. I mean, who gonna start the time? Brandon, you got my timer?
I got time, man. Go ahead.
All right, bet. Levi himself, methodical, right? Merciless, right? There's no mercy. You know what I'm saying? It took Eren a while to get up to that type of caliber. Eren took some time. He wasn't built for this life. He wasn't born into this life. Now he grew, he adapted to it, he molded to it. You know what I'm saying? But nah, Levi from the beginning has been an OG when it comes to these Titan killings, bro. We think about his bloodline. We think about him. Levi was no holds barred, bro. Like whenever he had any type of task that needed to be completed, it was getting done. We even just talked about how his whole experience with Zeke, right, left him mutilated. He had, like, I think he had the eye was gone. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of crippled. Yeah, I guess Brando dropped out. He was crippled and everything like that. But at the end of the day, still was getting stuff done on the battlefield, on the moment of the battle. Like he ain't stopped. Zeke was like, "Here I am. You can have me." He was like, "Okay, yes, I'll take that." You know, I'm gonna take your head off still. So yeah, I feel like Levi, it's no question that Levi just kind of just that guy throughout the whole series. Like he never let up at all. Like it was every time he had a panel where he was about to get spicy, he did his thing. And Eren, you know, doubted. You know, always had some moments where he had to be encouraged, and Levi would punch him out. You know, it wasn't no love. It was always tough love. Like, look, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. Hey, you're gonna shut up or I'm gonna kill you. Like, Levi again stayed a gangster the whole time. Is as a character, you know what I'm saying? From fighting, he didn't fight Titans better. I'm sorry, Eren didn't fight Titans better than like Levi didn't have to turn into a Titan to kill Titans. He was killing Titans the whole series straight up as a regular guy. Yeah.
Who up? Who next?
I mean, I got you there.
I go quick unless somebody. I mean, Levi was a man of focus. He was a one trick pony and stayed like that. And remember, the only person who gave Levi some hands was actually other humans. He was so bad that only when Kenny was in there, that's the only people who gave him. Tried to give him a hand. You have to be a bad man when Titan, giant naked dudes don't give you hands. You are so bad that it had to be another gun. People had to shoot you. They had to use guns to kill that man, and he was still going ham on them folks. Then too, I just like it too. Really, if it wasn't for everybody else, he would have been killed Eren. He would have been.
Yep.
He would have been killed him multiple times. Even to the point where Zeke even got him at the end. Literally, Eren had to create all the other Titans of the past to stop him from getting to their head meat. So I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. I gotta go for boy Levi. Then, like I said, the end with Zeke. Even after all that mess, I mean, with your humanity on the line, I still got to go for their head, just because I promised you I was gonna kill you. So that's me.
Go ahead, take it, Jordan.
I gotcha. So I look at it this way. I think Levi has always been a beast since introduced, even before this show, because Levi already had the reputation. And it continued on throughout the show. The only point where Eren became stronger than Levi is when he came in contact with Ymir. And even then, that man Eren, that for a second there, that man died. He was dead for a good hot second had he not come in contact with Ymir. Levi has been nasty from the jump. This man had Zeke transform all his soldiers, his friends, into Titans all around him. I don't remember how many he said. Was it like over 100, maybe 50, 60, something like that? All them soldiers turned into Titans. This man Levi said, man, hey, bump it. I got to kill y'all. Y'all dead. Yeah. And he got through all of them. The only thing that stopped Levi was it didn't even really stop Levi, but the only thing that paused Levi was Zeke basically committing suicide. Because Zeke was about to die too from what he did, but he didn't know he was going to survive from that thunder spear just going off like that. That was the only thing that could take Levi out, or even tried to take Levi out, but it didn't work. This man Levi has been nasty from the jump, and he is unstoppable.
Facts. Okay, go ahead.
All right, let me lay it on thick. Eren may have the ability as Attack Titan to be able to loop through time and all that junk. Levi is an Ackerman. Doesn't affect him. So Eren's ability to do that would have no play out on their fight if they did fight. Levi, as you said, surrounded by what were at one point allies becoming Titans, took them all out and still went after my man Zeke. Again, Zeke had to do an L to himself in order to even pause Levi. Levi has always taken down a Titan, no matter what form they took. First time he had never encountered the Beast Titan before, took him out. Doesn't matter. Encountered when Annie went a Titan form. Never encountered a Titan that's capable of having thought, took her out. We're about to daggone take her out. Levi is that boy. He cannot be stopped. Let's look at Eren at his best moment, which you could say, was when he went to go and get the Hammer Titan. And all his thinking abilities. He had to have help from Mikasa to even get that Hammer Titan. And he had to daggone transform multiple times because he was making mistakes. Levi don't make mistakes. You make a mistake on Levi, you're dead. Simple as that. So, Eren can't do nothing. He can replay it over and over again, all back in time kind of mess. Levi don't make mistakes. The end will always be the same. Eren will fail.
So dramatic. He's so dramatic.
Mm.
Man, Ardot, man, you at school these boys, man.
Why not? Who wanna go first?
I go first, man.
All right.
I go first. All right, check this out, man. Look, I said all that good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Levi is that dude. He can flip. He can do tricks. He can make you say, wow. You know, he does that. He's good at that. He's good at that. Let's keep it 100, though. Let's keep it 100. All right, let's keep it a buck. Eren solved this jump. It's because of Eren, Levi can retire. He can sit down on his front porch. You know who made that possible? Eren did. All right. That's one thing. All right. Because you saw your boy.
Negative Ghost Rider. Negative.
Hey, look. No. Because as cool as Levi was, I mean to say Eren set up the pawns so things could happen this way, so he can break the cycle. It wasn't, and now mind you, that's something that, well, yeah, it's the only thing Eren could do. But when we talk about the question of Eren versus Levi, I didn't think of it of an actual physical ability. I'm thinking about characters. Levi was that dude from Jump. He was that dude at the end. There was no change there. When I watch something, I want to see character progress. I want to see character progression. That's what I want to see. And we seen Eren from this little kid had his Batman moment, and we see him do all this crazy stuff to this crazy dude that has a plan at the end. Way more entertaining in the long run, I feel like. If you're looking at the series, I mean, if we look at Levi, he was killing Jump. We also got another character that can do it. Mikasa did that too. So yeah, if we're looking at Eren versus Levi, I think the more interesting character is Eren, because he makes mistakes. He learned from mistakes, and overall, hey, the risk paid off. He won, man. Everybody can chill and be married and all that junk. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Levi can go get his security, his social security. He can go to Kroger, get his meds for that eye, that wonky eye that he got. That's all I gotta say. I pass it on to Ardai, my brother, if you will.
It was along the same lines. Well, even when I was thinking, Levi has there's been a lot of casualties around Levi. So even before they even introduced him, there's still a lot of casualties around Levi. Him even in the original Commander, I don't know, I forgot my man's name.
Eren.
Who?
Eren.
Eren. They've seen a lot of deaths. They've killed a lot. They've done a lot of the survey course, bought a lot of Titans, started a lot of stuff, but they still had a lot of deaths around them. Hence why it is what it is. So there's still a lot of casualties around Levi, even though he is the man. That still has to say something. It's like you can score the most in a basketball game, but if you still hold an L, it's an L. Your team still lost. Your team still lost. So it is what it is. The Eren thing, even with Eren, I mean, you got the time stuff, and him even be able to, he's able to finesse that, and he's a cheat code in a lot of other regards versus Levi. But yeah, the genius level and just certain stuff ultimately he did, I still just ran with Eren. Eren versus Levi, that's not fair. And I'm still a Levi fan, so it's definitely even not fair. I wouldn't even say that. But Eren was still a dog, nonetheless. Through all of it, he was still a dog. He was a pit bull in any fight. He was always going to go after whatever. Levi do a punk move sometimes. He'll go after recruits. He'll smack up some people he don't need to smack up. At the time, it was not necessary. Eren, not so much. And he's still always an underdog. And he still came out on top at the end of it. I just go with my man's Eren. I just ran with it like that.
Yeah, I had 3 4 for 4. Yeah.
That man getting some tacos, boy.
I'm getting the food, bro.
All of the combos.
Every
variation.
Let me mute my homie while he's trying to get his food, man. Let me give him the mute.
He ain't even sponsored by them.
Yeah, man, get a Taco Bell sponsorship, man.
Yeah, man, tres por favor.
Cuatro. Yeah. All right. So I heard what you said. You know what I'm saying? I hear what y'all saying about it and everything like that. But here's my question. How long do you think this series would have been if Levi was in the same position as Eren? So if you swap roles, but you keep personality. So if you keep Savage Levi, but he's Eren and he finds out, oh, I'm gonna be the attack titan, I gotta go do all this, versus Eren, who is just the regular guy, goes to Red Camp School, you know, just becomes his old story self, but never has no Attack on Titan power, whatever. Would this show last, or would this series last as long?
It wouldn't have been a series.
It wouldn't have been a series
in the first place. The reason being, the reason being is because Levi, the whole point that we even gathered from when we were talking about earlier is that in order for them to break the cycle, they needed Mikasa's love for Eren to even do that. Who loves Levi?
I know.
Levi ain't even got that.
No. I'm just
Levi
saying,
got no girls. Eren got girls.
if you take his savage personality, his qualities, not necessarily like his whole biology.
But that's not the point, though. That wasn't the point.
He ain't got no girls.
But
Casa fell in love with Eren
there's
just
like a
because he saved
couple
her
of
life as a
things.
kid. Like,
You made that seem like a small feat, dog. You made that seem like a small feat. What you talking about?
I mean, Levi would have killed him too, bro. What you mean? That's what I'm saying.
Act like Levi can't save lives too.
What you mean?
Nah.
Look.
That nigga died from his own catch. Where we going with this? He died with a nigga right in front of him. Where we going with this?
What y'all don't want to admit about Levi, because Levi is like the pony, like they put in the shonen, right? To make you say, ooh, like Bleach has Kenpachi, right? And it's like, ooh, look at Kenpachi. You know, it's nah, bro. Look. He's cool to look at, and that's all he's cool. That's it. Like every time, like he has, they gave him a little backstory. It was okay. His backstory was decent, you know. But I mean,
you don't need a lot. That's how gangster it is. You don't need it. I'm gonna say something. This is how good Attack on Titan was written, because with a man as simple as Levi, you cannot tell me that as you was looking at this, as you were reading this manga, you wasn't thinking like at any point in time Levi could have did something stupid that would have changed the whole game, would have killed somebody, or you was like,
look, man.
Levi was like Attack on Titans,
as Levi,
John Wick.
I am a Levi fan.
That was crazy.
Y'all think he was untouchable in this series? Because when he was in that form,
he got touched.
Levi.
He got touched.
Levi.
He got touched by a thunder spirit, bro. That's not like he
got touched by a thunder spirit, and you had to shoot that man.
It was a suicide. That was a suicide, right?
If it's an excuse, it's an excuse. He got touched.
He went to kill himself. Do you know how bad you are, Brandon?
That's like me saying, Eren got ate by a Titan, so Eren is a Titan, bro. You can't. Like if it's an excuse, it's an excuse. We got caught.
Eren was ready to go out. He was ready to go out when he.
Yeah.
I mean, but like this dude, like he was Neo. He was Neo in the Matrix.
You have to kill yourself.
He only got damaged at the very end. He's Neo. He's literally Neo.
To kill this man.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If one person was to suicide himself and die, and the other man just ended up being in a wheelchair the rest of his life, who won in this scenario? Who really won?
But check this out. I feel you. That's a good point.
How you get Brandon? Brandon, he killed himself.
The wheelchair nigga won.
He got the world, man.
Got his head sliced.
Zeke said, "I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna get you out of here." And what he do? He got him out of there. And he
can't say that if he came back and killed Zeke, bro.
He got touched. We're talking about hypothetical. He got touched, and he had to get saved after he got touched. He's a welterweight champ, and he got slept. So, if it's an excuse, it's an excuse. Like, let's just run with it. Ain't nobody else around him. He was looking straight at the dude, and he still took an L.
There's another point. Where was Levi? Where was Levi when the wall first got, kicked in? Where was he at? He's so fire. What was he at? What was he when
I think they was out on mission.
Weren't they on the mission? Weren't they out? The Spherical Corps.
They was on the mission. Exactly.
Exactly. When they was fighting Annie, when Eddie and Eren was fighting, what was Levi? You know what he was? I don't know what he was.
He would have ended the story right then and there. We'll just be honest.
He would have ended the story.
He would have ended the story, like, honestly.
He would have ended their whole career. I mean, that's just what he do.
So what you're telling me is that Levi is bad for the series? Is that what you're telling me?
That's what it sounds like.
He was bad for the series.
He was a plot point.
He was so bad, he still got touched. What's wrong with y'all?
He was a plot point. He was a plot point. Let's just be real. He was there when they needed him to do something.
He was the John Wick of that series. He was. Because you gotta understand, now that you think about it, that even in Eren's future viewing, he knew that one thing he couldn't do, he had to keep Levi around a friend to prevent Levi from killing him too early. He had to. You mean talking about all that future view looking? He couldn't find a better way to kill that man because he couldn't. He knew in all his future he could not kill that man. There was no way to get him out of the picture. I just had to keep playing his role to make sure this man just don't up and kill me in my sleep. He wanted to do it multiple times. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, nah, man, y'all gotta stop this. I mean, I like Eren, I like both of them, but I mean, now that the story is played out and this man could sell the future, he could have been got rid of this man, but he can't. Because he's a man of focus.
Man,
he's a man of focus.
Eren made the sacrifice play that got stuff done at the end of the day.
I mean, no problem, man. No problem, man. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
And everybody still died around Levi. His whole team died. All of his teams died. Each time he got a new team, his whole team died. We're gassing this man.
Eren
He
killed
got
80%
touched.
of people, bro.
He still got touched.
It don't matter.
Yeah, man. Y'all gassing.
Who touched him?
No
one touched the man. When you have to kill yourself to kill him. That is stupid.
We're talking about Levi. We're talking about Levi.
We're talking about Levi.
You're talking about the person who touched him. We're talking about Levi. Did he get touched? Yes.
If you're saying that he got to Eren got touched the whole series, bro.
We never said Eren never got touched.
Every arc.
We just said he's a bulldog. He's an underdog.
So
Yes.
Levi got touched one time. What you mean?
He got touched
You mean by
twice,
death? You mean
and all
by
his people around him died.
This man Levi put his boot on Eren's face. Boot.
He was a
Kill
recruit.
that man.
He was a recruit for no
He's a
reason.
recruit.
Bam.
Why he doing that?
Eren was going to kill that man. He was never going to go with the plan. He was never going to go with the plan.
Bro, why y'all got a crush on this man?
That's crazy.
There's no crush. It's a man of focus. I'm telling you. If you go back to the story was Attack on Titan was going to end quick if Levi wanted to kill Eren so many times. I mean,
If we're gonna rush to that, if we're gonna talk about Eren, you're gonna have to talk with Mikasa. Now it's a 2-on-1 off rip regardless. So
and
now
that was the
Levi
whole
still gets
plot
smacked.
point of the story because you knew that if Levi.
If you want the bonus round, then who would have won between Mikasa versus Levi? Then
Aaron's still there.
And that's what people was waiting on because
You
they
got
knew
Titan
that
and
Levi
Mikasa
wanted to
versus
kill that
little
man.
Levi.
They cousins, man. I didn't want to see that. I didn't either.
Nah, I didn't.
Yeah, I don't want to see that either.
But they was playing it out though, because you knew that Levi wanted to kill that man. So it was like, dang, you know, Mikasa gonna go ham for him, but that's gonna be a good fight.
So even the writer knew. Even the writer knew.
Yeah, that's why he changed directions. He knew that was what he was
nobody wanted to see that.
before, but he changed it.
They never want to see that blood bath.
Because Levi was gonna be out of here.
No, because Levi was going to win.
Levi's gonna be out
He
of
was
here.
going to disrespect her man first, and then he was going to disrespect her.
Levi's gonna be out of here.
That's like hit the reset.
He would have been a reset button. The whole thing, y'all would have had Attack on Titan season 5.
Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right, y'all. It's been good.
All right, I appreciate the energy. I appreciate y'all livening it up. Fun. Yeah, man. Salute to the kaiju. We've had lots of monsters, lots of titans. Monster Hunter is out as well. Still continuing with that wave. When the gaming pod comes out, I'm sure we'll have plenty of discussion when it comes to that. But until then, my good sirs, Audi for right now. Catch Village 285 doing all types of things. There are always things in the pipeline for more content to come through. Man, Sonke has been playing some Alien Isolation. You know what I'm saying? We gave him the keys to the Twitch, so he may be popping up throughout the week with that. You know what I'm saying? What else y'all got going on? What else y'all? Anything anybody want to put out there? Anything people want to tease or something?
I just wait.
Sound K teased us as well. We do have more alien involved games coming up. We do have the good old Among Us. We do have to touch that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. New map for Among Us for sure. Monster Hunter is always here. We playing that. We trying to get the journey to high rank always continue, and it's been good to see a lot of love for people in the group are coming along. I'm feeling like I'm progressing very well myself, if I must say. I'm saying? Bogai, you know what I'm saying? But anyway,
Hey, we gotta have a Monster Hunter pod. We got to.
We do.
It's got to be.
I feel like it needs to happen.
But
Yeah.
after that Monster Hunter pod, though, Returnal.
Hey, so-
Y'all can have that.
All right.
It's coming at the end of this month. I'm just saying. You
Oh,
know.
see?
Me and Blue got this. Me and Blue got this. That.
Okay.
Returnal's coming.
Yeah, I
Returnal's coming.
got that.
Video on the way.
Y'all
Man.
should make like a discussion video, man. Yeah, just
yeah.
make the video, man.
Well, look at us. We be planning and plotting in this one, but yeah.
Oh,
So lots of things coming.
Oh, I'm gonna say real quick. First
go
off,
ahead.
bump Magnum Marlowe. I hate that man. I also want to say
That great value, Norigante.
I also want to say, since this is the anime pod, I recently started a Vinland Saga. And man, Thorfinn, he ain't a joke.
thank you.
He ain't no joke. Man.
Welcome to the
I got
club.
it downloaded. I'm a peep.
I got the
I got it downloaded.
I'm sorry J.O.'s not here to hear you say this, but welcome to the club.
But that and I know it's real short and sweet, but daggone the way the household husband was hilarious. Y'all need to watch it. It's hilarious.
I'm gonna check it out.
I'm sorry, it's
I'm gonna check it out.
hilarious.
I'm gonna check it out.
I'm gonna
Great.
check it out.
It's
I'm gonna check it
great. It is hilarious, bro. My guy, I was satisfied.
Also, whoever messed up the Promised Neverland season 2, I want you you should be fired. Never work in anime ever
But the
again.
anime went in a direction. No, the anime went in a different direction than the manga.
Whoever decided to do that, get that man.
Yeah,
I know they released something.
It deviated from the manga. It deviated from the manga. It
How
just
y'all
was
gonna
like
say the hate for the end, bro? We got next podcast.
You're right.
That's how it is. That's
all
how
right,
it
it's
is.
the outro. It's the outro, y'all. It's the outro.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. It was
See y'all.
fun. Y'all be easy. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.